Rick.
Oh,
And underneath it, like you know how like it's more of a Diablo thing, I think, or a WoW thing, where like they have magical items underneath it. They have a little bit of flavor text. His was Apache Chief Inye Chuck, which is a reference to Super Friends, which made me happy. We're down one silver pike, but there's four of us, so I figured we'll continue. If we get into combat, which who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We'll just have her tank things. Were you both napping?
she was playing Fallout.
Uh, that's understandable. You lose time in Fallout. It's like, no, it was. I only started playing 4 hours ago. Fuck me.
I see the box around
That
somewhere. I did listen to most of the
I'll give you the quick
YouTube.
rundown. The box is the murder house, which technically has been burned down. You guys left it, and Rick asked, no, Memnon asked Kiri to burn it down, and she did that exactly. You left there. You should be able to see the party token. I moved it to here because you were currently in a tavern. The tavern is called Blood of the Vine, but someone scratched out the F in the sign, so it says Blood on the Vine. And
Nice.
they're in a tavern. They're in there, and they met a bartender that didn't seem very helpful. I mean, he gave him wine, but he didn't answer any questions. Then they started talking to a gentleman named Ismark Kolyanovich, who was the son of the Burgermeister. The Burgermeister, the letter you found originally
Okay.
on the way in there, he said it wasn't from the it it wasn't from his father because he recognized the handwriting. But he did ask the party to help him take his sister to another town called Valaki, which is to the northwest. I'm sure it's northwest, Kev, right?
Yeah, northwest side.
You're the one with directions.
Yeah, northwest.
And to Valaki because it's more fortified.
Gaia.
Oh,
And that's where, have we headed there yet or agreed to
you're
do that
still
yet?
in the tavern.
Gaia.
We just kind of ended it there. And because here we go, fantastic. His name is Ismark, and everyone will call. I don't know if they said it. I think one of the three sisters snorted it. They called him Ismark the Lesser. This is what he looks like: blonde hair, square. It's not like not a Jay Leno chin, but it's definitely. Yeah, you know what? We'll just do this.
I didn't see it. Oh, there we go.
Not a bad looking dude. Kind of looks like if he wasn't in Barovia, he'd be like at the beach, maybe with getting a tan, headband on, talking about catching a sweet set of waves, brah.
Point Break.
Yeah, Point Break. There you go. He's Ismark the Lesser Helmsworth. He's not Chris. He's not the other one. He's like the third Helmsworth.
He's basically Deeks from NCIS LA.
I have not watched that.
Oh, I know who that is. He's also in Oz. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
I did. It was awesome. I used to love the CSI shows. I know it's going to sound like super snooty of me, and I'm okay with that. But after I went through the police academy, I just couldn't watch the CSI shows anymore because they were just like so fucking ridiculous. Like, no, that would not happen. And it's like I can't enjoy it anymore, which is kind of annoying because I used to love them. But You are in Blood of the Vine. He's asked you guys to help bring his sister to Valaki, and that's where we kind of ended it. I believe Memnon has his own pitcher of wine that he paid for, but Ismark
Yes.
also bought a pitcher of wine, and that's
Well-
where we're at.
What do the rest of you think? I'm inclined to agree with helping out Ismark over here.
I can tell you one thing. We're not very good at escorting people, but
Well, to be fair, we never got to the escort in the first place.
if there's something we can set right in this horrible land, let's do it.
What that guy said.
Then he says that in front of whatever patrons are in there. With the patrons are like the other patrons are like really like standoffish. They don't even pay any notice to us or anything.
There's from what you can tell, there's a couple people surrounded, like there are a couple of nameless patrons. We'll say they're nameless NPCs. They're kind of huddled around the fire, drinking some wine. There's a bartender who's it's kind of like just washing glasses, and if you watch him, he has like a set of like we'll say 8 or 10 glasses in front of him, and he takes his time and he cleans each one like, and if you look, he's kind of zoned out, and once he's done washing the last one, he just restarts and just washes them over again. And
It reminds me of someone.
you think it may be OCD, but if you keep watching him, that's what he does. It takes about like 5 minutes from the first, because he's doing a really good job, and the only time he stops is when someone comes and asks for wine. He'll take their coin, he'll put it somewhere underneath the bar, give them their wine, and then he'll give them how many of the clean glasses he has that they need. Then he'll take a couple down off the little rack up top, and then he'll put them. He won't just start washing them. He'll put them down exactly where the other ones were, and then he'll pick up the first one and start washing it again.
I'd like to go up and talk to him, unless the party's like, hey, let's get going right now. I think we're resting though. Is the idea? Took some damage, right?
I think if
Yeah.
people took some damage getting out of the house because of the whole
I think if I remember correctly, I like ran through the
Yeah.
blades pretty much.
You got sliced up pretty hard. Yeah, if you wanted to talk to him, you could attempt to. Let me pull that up real quick. Go ahead, you do you.
Yeah. So Enos will go up to the bar and climb up the the bar stool, sit there near the bartender and say, "Hey, friend, I see you got a lot of wine there. I'm not a wine fan. What do you got in ale?
We have wine.
Look, this is a bar. You gotta have ale. Ale. A-L. Ale.
He'll kind of repeat himself. He goes, "We have wine," and then he'll just not. He won't look at you. He hasn't looked at you the entire time. All he said is, "We have wine," and he's cleaning his glasses.
If we were to shoot him in the head, would he leak red blood or white blood?
I mean, who knows?
What kind of wine you got?
And he says, "We have red wine."
Let me smell it.
And he's like, "A small glass is 1 copper. A pitcher is silver."
I guess I'll just have a glass. That's all. I'll try it out, and I'll give it to my friends.
And like they have wine over at the table, but if you give him the copper, he'll put it underneath the bar, and he'll take the glass he just cleaned. He'll put it in front of you. He takes a pitcher out, pours you a glass of red wine, and then he pushes it towards you, puts the pitcher back, takes a clean wine thing from the top rack, puts it down exactly where yours was, and starts cleaning it. He hasn't made eye contact with you this entire time.
Well, I'll go ahead and first I'll sniff it and then swish it. Like he's not a wine connoisseur. It's not his his
It's
but
still
he's
ale.
looking.
I mean, if you drank enough of it, it'd probably get you drunk, but it's
Yeah,
really not your
yeah.
bag.
He's swishing it around the glass to see, does it seem like it's actually wine? Is there
No, it's
anything odd
definitely
about it?
wine. There's nothing really weird about it.
Hmm. So, how do you keep in business with only one form of alcohol? Back where I come from, you got, we don't need a huge variety, but you need an ale, you need a stout, you need wine for some of the fancy pants people. That's how we profile people when they come into, from out of town, and we kick their ass, or we used to.
And whiskey.
He's just ignoring you.
Oh yeah.
He's just he's completely 100% paying attention to
Also gin.
glasses.
Yeah, back gin. Yep. Back in my days when I was younger, I drank one thing from behind the bar, and I had a skull and crossbones. It was the only thing that worked.
He's not paying attention.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna down the wine in like one gulp, pretty much, and then I'm just gonna hang on to the empty glass for a little while and just see how he reacts.
He doesn't care. If you put it there and if you're like messing with him, like, oh, here's a glass.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be more of like he's just trying to see how he reacts. He's not trying to be like totally disrespectful. He's just kind of curious of what makes this guy tick a little bit, and then so he kind of like he lets go of it. He sets it in front of him. If that doesn't work, he pushes it away just a little bit.
He does. He seems to be ignoring you 100%.
Okay.
What happens if you were to go behind the counter and then just start moving like glasses around? It's like shifting this one over 1 inch and then shifting that one closer 1 inch.
His hand starts shaking. All right. Yeah, I'll put it. I'll just leave that glass there, and good day to you. I see being courteous and respectful isn't something that happens around these parts. Kind of the same courses that we've been on in this little bit of time.
He doesn't like seem to be ignoring you. It seems like he's not aware. Like he seems to be just absorbed in cleaning the glasses.
He's supposed like actually that's a good question. Is it just him that's behaving this way, or does it seem like
Give me a perception. And I guess anyone can make the perception as well.
18?
So, you look around. I think Enos is just too worried about what the fuck this guy's doing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
I just heard a weird beep. Well, something's weird. Anyways,
It's probably
look by-
sticky keys.
no, it's not. It's definitely not that. Anyways, you look by the door, and there's a table near the front door, and there's 3 women, and they seem to be talking and just drinking wine. One of them's kind of glaring at the dwarf, not like glaring, but like paying a lot of attention to what he's doing. Doesn't seem like it just seems like she's kind of worried. Not worried. You don't know. Actually, with the perception of 18, she seems a little bit worried about what this dwarf's doing, but you're not sure why. And like all the other commoners, they're kind of a couple are looking at the dwarf a little bit like, what the hell's he's doing, and like, but you notice that everyone else in this bar is human. There doesn't appear to be any of the other races.
Oh, so they're not just dumb; they're also racist.
That's
Okay.
right.
They may not be racist. It may be that they just don't see a lot of other races here, and it may be the town. It may be all of Barovia. You don't know.
Well, Enos is kind of racist. So he's,
Uh,
he's okay with that. I don't even know if he doesn't notice what Kev noticed or what Lex
yeah,
noticed, and
you're
he probably
still
would just keep
you still messing with the bartender.
not messing with him. I mean, after a little while, he would look around the bar, kind of not noticing, not seeing what's going on, and kind of return to the rest of the group. But he would he's kind of looking to see an out of game. I don't think anybody will. Just who else enters the bar?
Yeah, you're there for a while. I guess Ismar's still talking to you, and if you come back to the table, he'll be like, "Yeah, Arik never talks to anyone. He is a simple man." And he kind of like nudges over to the bartender, like with his head,
Who owns this bar?
and he's like, um, and he when you do that, he kind of nods over to the 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 table that had the three women at it, the one that was not glaring, but like really paying attention to what you were doing. They own the bar.
Wow, that's good, I guess. But hiring a bartender that barely speak, that's not good for business. I never owned a business. I worked on a farm, but that seems kind of odd.
In Barovia, you hire who you can. It's it is not how you say quality of selection. It is selection of what is available.
I give him a look, as if like, are you commenting on us or are you commenting on?
Is no, there are not. There's not a lot of people in Barovia who are open for non-regular jobs. If you're born to a carpenter, you become a carpenter. If you're born to a tailor, you become a tailor. That's just how it is. You hire. They hire who was available. Arik was available.
Okay, so not to be ungrateful for your offer of employment here, but like we're not exactly sure where here is, and we actually do have a job that we need to get to. Like, what is the most expedient way out of Barovia?
When you say that, he kind of like he hasn't been like sour as like everyone else seems like everyone here just seems to have like just a shitty look on their face. He seemed to like not have a shitty look, but when you mention leaving Barovia, he kind of gets it. He goes, "Oh, my friend, you will not leave Barovia. You are not the first ones to come, nor will you be the last."
Who's the last people that came?
Oh, they were a group like you that whenever the devil gets bored, he brings in people to entertain himself. There's nothing that can be done about it.
Where are they?
They are dead
How do you know this?
because this is how it happens. He brings them in, he toys with them, and then he kills them. There's nothing we can do to stop the devil.
Well, that sounds like pure evil. Something's got to be
Oh,
done about that.
well, that's why I'm trying to get my sister out of here. Maybe we have better chance of defending her in Valaki, but the devil, he wants my sister.
I'm not a very smart man, but the the last people, the adventuring party, they attempt to help you out with your sister like this. Is that how they died?
No, no, they did not die this way. They and he's sitting there trying to think. He is I do not remember exactly how they died. It happens a lot. No, I'm not trying to like he's not like and he kind of realizes like he's like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't, make it less the fact that you got and in his mind, you're probably already dead. He's just trying to get something out of it because
What?
this is how it is here.
What if outsiders are the ones that keep on getting killed? Why are you trusting your sister's life with some outsiders? That doesn't make much sense, boy.
Because I
'Cause-
have no other choice.
You don't got a constable or some kind of, I don't know.
Also, there's always the chance that, like, if everyone else dies, then then she survives. Kind of that kind of thing.
She runs really fast.
After all, you don't have to outrun the bear; you just have to outrun your mate.
Outrun the slowest friend.
Well, it is a, it's true though. Why, somebody came in somebody came and was an outsider in my town. First of all, we don't even let them. We chase them right out because I don't know why you let people in, but there's too many
see-
outsiders coming in.
You see, we come in and we already are stealing your jobs.
That's right. This job for the townsfolk. Maybe break that bartender out of his rut.
Has nobody else caught the fact that that note called this guy a vampire?
They called the guy we're speaking to.
No, the guy he said's probably killing everybody.
Oh,
What's
well,
a vampire?
yeah. Would I know that? I guess it's part of. It's
Make
found
it.
outside of Barovia.
You can make an Arcana or a religion check. I mean,
Yeah, religion.
I'll-
I actually
I'll just say,
have.
I'll just say Lex doesn't know.
yeah. I mean, you've read about them. It's. I mean, mainly in your study of horror. There's mainly talks of justice and bringing the guilty to justice. Just a lot of justice talk because that's kind of your bag. However, in the back of some things, we'll say some sort of manual that has monsters in it, but it doesn't have any on the cover. It just has a picture of like horror symbol. It's one of those things you read like when you wouldn't have read it when younger. Like when younger, because you didn't join until later in life. When younger initiates join, it's the fun thing to read. It has all the boogeymans and like the zombies and like how to handle them. But it's one of those things you don't really think you'll really run into them, but if you did, this is how to handle them. And there was a section on vampires about how they drink blood. The Let's see, they drink blood. They don't like sunlight. They're undead. They're evil. They're basically evil. They don't like running water. It burns them like acid. But some of them, the more powerful ones, have the ability to shape change or enthrall people. But this one here apparently is really powerful. Especially just
All right.
dealing with the mist itself. The mist itself, um, creepy as it was, it seems like, especially how it surrounded the house you were in, it kind of seems like it's alive. And I mean, the entire time you've seen it since you first felt it at the camp when you were back in Faerun, it was creepy. And that, like, the entire time, that feeling in the back of your neck, like all of you, hasn't subsided.
And did they say where? I mean, they've listed Strahd
Mhm.
by name and that he's like the leader of this
Whenever
town.
they
Or
mention it, they always refer to him as the devil or the devil's Strahd.
okay, they know
They
where
try not to
he
say.
resides. Is it that big
Yeah,
house on the map?
he lives in the castle, Ravenloft,
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that
up on the big
when
map.
I watched the
And if you
video.
had anything, like any questions about the map, he has a map of the area, and it looks like
From now on, we'll call him Brad. Okay.
yeah.
Or Tom.
If you say his name, he'll mention some of them believe when you say his name, it grants him power. Currently,
Then we shall call him Brad.
you are at here.
No. Let's call
but
him
yeah.
Voldy Shorts.
Voldy shorts.
But yeah, that's the castle. And he wants to get his sister further away to Valaki, which is meow. Oh wait, hold on. There we go, which is there.
So what's in Valaki? I ask
It-
him.
Let's see. Let me double check.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why would Velaki be safer than here?
It's a little further away, I guess, when we're all looking at the map. But I mean, do you have is it what's there? Is it beyond this devil's reach?
Well, no one's beyond the devil's reach in Barovia, but let me double check. I read this earlier, but I forgot.
Hey, friends, I don't remember a lot about my studies with religion, studying about demons and stuff, but I know a little bit about these type creatures like this Strahd, and I'll relay that to my companions just to make sure that they know. They might know already, but
He would say that Valaki is better defended there, and it has the entrance, the gates are well defended, and it is a better chance of her surviving there than here.
Strahd just waltz into town and start
Well,
taking people
he
away.
does not. He rarely leaves Ravenloft, but he sends his thralls and his employees and his spies to do his work.
What is this word thrall? What does that mean?
It means he kind of thinks it is how someone they feel compelled to do his bidding.
What creatures other than this Strahd and his employees
Well,
do you have around here?
everything that is not everything here. Have you heard the wolves on your way in? The wolves, the bats, the crows, the ravens, and others. And he kind of when he says that, he kind of looks a little bit towards the three women that own the place.
I'll lower my voice and be like, and what are those?
They are the Stani.
Then what is that?
You know what? I guess you can give me a history check. It's gonna be a pretty high DC because they're not.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
You know what? Just give us a roll. Let's see. Oh yeah, no. I had give it a shot. Maybe you read something. They are. How the hell would he explain the Vistani? He's meta wise, they're kind of gypsies. Yeah, some of them are not trustworthy. Some are, but
How do you tell which is which?
kind of laughs. If you could tell me, I would appreciate it.
Hey, just curious. You coming with us to take your sister there? I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely. I will not. I would not send her anywhere without. I would go.
oh, okay. You can defend yourself. You look.
He's got
I
a.
don't know.
He's got a
People that
long
look
sword.
like you, sometimes I don't mean to cast aspersions, but a little weak, little light
He's
in the
got.
loafers.
You look at it and you notice that he's got a long sword and a shield, and he's wearing leather armor. He's like, I can defend myself.
All right, you lived this long, I guess.
So
Well,
you will help
I-
me then.
I suggest that we do head off in the morning, however. I am not in the best of shape.
Yeah, even horror knows you got to rest once in a while.
Um, he would say, well, there is no place here to rest. If you want, you may rest at my house. Where my
Oh.
sister is.
That's very generous.
Does it try to kill you?
No, the mansion does not try to kill us.
Has anyone talked about what we're getting paid yet?
Well, sometimes it's good to do things, to help other people.
And Ronald, like, look at you like you've lost your mind, and he'll turn
I
around
would
and be like,
expect so.
so what are we getting paid?
Not that I disagree about the payment part here, but it would be helpful in a place like this to have allies who know the lay of the land.
1 second.
I grew up in a mansion too. Kind of beat up.
But yes, you're right. We're not operating a charity here. As much as I would love to help you.
Yeah, it's true. You gotta feed the whore coffers once in a while.
Let's see. It doesn't say anything. Surprisingly, that
Rom, are you like super far away from your mic or something?
well, I tried to move it further away from my mouth because last time apparently it was too close. So is that better?
That's
That's
better.
better.
Perfect.
Fantastic. I will leave it there.
So take a measurement.
Nope. I will super glue it so the mic can't move. I just wanted to double check this because it doesn't have anything about a reward, which makes no sense. But I've read through this shit like 7 times. Ba, 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 ba.
See, it's because he's actually gonna die with his sister, so we just don't get anything.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. He's like, well, just double check one thing and
I'll prepare the whole person spell.
see one thing to make sure.
I'm pretty sure that's not how a whole person works, but
Who cares? I mean, if you can't move, you can loot him.
He grants us 4 swords of vampire slaying.
Nah. Trust me, if he had 4 swords of vampire slaying, he would probably be dead or would have taken care of this by now. He would offer to, fuck it. He would offer to pay you. I will pay you what I do not have much money, as money is not the most important thing in Barovia. However, if you can help me get Arena to Valaki, I will see you rewarded. And he kind of like he kind of pats his little, it's not even little, it's a decent size coin purse. I could give you he kind of like does like mental math. I could give you each 50 gold to take her there. It's not much, but it's what I have.
50 gold each, he said.
Yeah, he'd give you like 250.
Hmm.
I mean, I was going to help anyway, but 50 gold is 50 gold.
Kind of strange question, friend, and I hate to intrude. 50 gold on my part sounds pretty good, but you wouldn't happen to have anything that would help us in our journey? Some kind of weapons we can borrow that might do better than this battle axe I got here.
All I have is my own weapons, and my sister has her own as well.
What you need to do is somehow meld a battle axe with a blunderbuss.
There you go.
A blunder axe. That does not sound like a very accurate weapon. However, when it hits really fucking hard. But it's like, so he says again, so you will help. You may stay the night at the house, and in the morning we will begin our trip to Valaki.
Yeah, I'll help.
And then I'll just look to Kiri.
Kiri
You
will
have
help.
you have my axe.
Says the dwarf. Somewhere, lawyers are getting ready to file suits.
But yeah, guess we're all in agreement.
It's like, great, we shall go. And then he kind of gets up. There's like, he kind of looks at you guys. There's like half a pitcher of wine, and he kind of pours himself some and like downs it, and he leaves the rest for you guys. He kind of puts his cloak on and he heads out. You're
Yeah, I mean, we're going to his place, right? So I
Yeah.
guess we follow him.
um
I wonder what would happen if we were to take a glass from the establishment and just not return it.
who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Enos won't do that. He returned the glass already.
But no one does anything else on the way out. You get to the crossroads in the street, and he kind of nudges you down to the south. You pass this big building here, and that is I think it's Mercantile or something.
Mm.
Let me see. Let's make sure I get it right. Baldrath Mercantile. You look at it. There's a little bit of light coming out from behind some curtains that seem pretty like heavily drawn shut, and the creaking sign over the top says Bildreth's Mercantile. As if you wanted to go in. If not, you keep heading south. When you get about halfway to his house, you hear you don't have to make perception at this point. You hear to the house to your left, if you're heading south, is just that sobbing that you heard when you first came out of the house. It's still going on, and it's definitely coming from the house as you're passing it.
Who's that?
He would kind of like nonchalantly say, "That is Mary. She is not well." And then he kind of stops and sees if you're going to do anything. If not, he'll just keep bringing you down to here.
In what way is she not well?
Her daughter is missing. That is all we can get from her. I do not know what happened to her daughter, but she is no longer here. I assume the devil has taken her.
I don't really seem to care that much from one of your neighbors.
He kind of shrugs.
That's exactly what I mean.
There is no point of kindness has little value in Barovia.
Why haven't you guys band together to defeat this devil?
He kind of laughs. Do you think they have not tried?
Well,
You know
doesn't
what?
seem like it.
Let me see something. Let me see if he knows something. And give me just a general charisma check, because that's hilarious, and I like to
A
laugh.
charisma check?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Oh,
Jesus.
killed it. That's fantastic. I don't know if he's aware. However, I'm going to make him aware. He would say months ago, maybe years ago, It's hard to tell. There was some wizard that came here to defeat the devil. He banded people of the town together and led them on a raid to the castle. They all died, and those that came back, well, they were no longer human.
So you just give up. I mean that's horrible, but someone's got to do something about this. What are you just waiting for somebody to come through and save you? That ain't
He's
gonna
like,
happen.
I am no hero. And as he says that, he kind of points to, you see, as he approaches, a pretty big size mansion, but it seems in really disrepair. You get to, actually, the first thing you notice is that there's a iron fence that's like rusted. The right gate's not even on the hinges; it's just like thrown on the ground, and the left one, excuse me, it's just like slamming up against the gate with the wind catching it, and it's just like creaking, and just and as you pass it, you notice that like the grounds are just not taken care of. Um, there's tons of weeds everywhere, and actually, if you want, you guys can give me a perception. Yeah, Kiri, you and Enos would notice. Let's see if, oh yeah, you notice as well. Let's get those 20s out of the way now.
Yeah, and Memnon would notice too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, yeah, everyone would notice that the walls, like all the windows are broken, but they've been boarded up on, like the house at one point was probably really beautiful. And you're gonna probably hear a lot of that if you heard the firework going off. It's okay, kitty. Chill. Um, all the glasses are broken. They've been boarded up, and you notice around like the walls of the house, like everything's like weed is like they're well overgrown, but you notice that like the outside of the house, like there's a trail around the house where all these weeds and grass has been trampled down. And on some of the like walls, you see like just giant claw markings or black marks that seems like someone tried to like start a fire to burn this thing down.
So, Kiri will actually point and question him about those.
And he kind of mentions, I told you the devil has many in his employ. And then he gets to the door, and actually you look around and you see a whole bunch of paw prints and human footprints surrounding the house as well. When he gets to the door, he kind of knocks on it, and then he says, "Arena, open the door. It is I am back with help."
I'd like to examine the paw prints to see if I can figure out what it is.
All right, give me a nature check.
Yeah, that's what Kiri would be doing too.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
There's
roll.
some
Hold
sort
on,
of
hold on,
animal
hold
with
on, let me roll.
paws, but I mean, they appear to be wolf prints. Yeah, they're wolf prints, Gary.
All right.
We've run into wolves before on this
Yeah.
trip, haven't we? Like, we were being pursued by wolves at one point, weren't we?
Yes, when we first got here.
We heard wolves.
Yes.
No, they were definitely getting closer.
One second, guys.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, so I didn't hear what you guys just said, but I don't know if you were asking me or if you were just RPing. Hopefully you were RPing. But and I guess you know what, Kira, give me a survival as well. You these footprints, they don't look right. They don't look like how a normal human would walk.
Human
They
or
s-
wolf?
well, there's human and wolf prints. Like it's lousy with both. And the human prints, they don't look right. They look like maybe the person was drunk. There seems to be a lot of swaying. It doesn't seem like a normal gait.
I'll point these out to Lex and Memnon.
What do you reckon? Too much wine?
Actually, you have 18. That's pretty good. You know what? Give me Lex. You three, give me a quick history. Yeah. You
I think someone's forcing it up.
like you're thinking about it, and it makes perfect sense that Memnon would be the one to remember this because they kept just fucking him up. Especially when he was on the ground, he was real close. These look like the footprints of like those undead things that you met in the house, like in the bottom in the dungeon.
Yeah, I'm not staying here. And then he'll let the party know that.
Now this is outside the house, as if
Yeah,
it
this is
was
outside the house. Yeah,
trampling in the.
they cannot get in. They try, but they cannot get in. They are not smart enough.
That was better than staying outside, and that's where these things are.
Now, if I were to ask you, is this house named anything that is a synonym to the word death? Is this
No, if there was any title, this is the Burgermeister's mansion.
okay? Just making sure because we just got out of a death house.
Looks a little bit confused at you, but he kind of shrugs it off, and he's like, "Arena,
You,
let
you
us
see
in."
that? You see that glow on the east side? And she points towards the glow.
That's now enveloped half the town.
Nah. It's actually kind of funny. Like if you looked over when you left the uh, the tavern, it had burned down completely already. It burned down like at an accelerated rate.
Well, Ivan. I'm happy you're willing to house us. Somebody that just burned down a.
He's my.
Yeah, Enos doesn't call anybody by the real name. It's kind of dumb. Um, it's nice of you to house a group of people that just wandered into town and burned down one of the devil's houses.
I mean, you are free not to. I can always look for help for the next group.
No, I mean literally, it's nice of you to do that.
And he kind of shrugs and he's like knocking on the door, and like you see the door open for a second, and then like you see seems to be like a brown-haired woman, and like she sees you, and then she closed the door instantly, and she goes, "Why are you bringing?" And yes, it's going to be the same accent for everyone because I'm really crap at it. It's like, why are you bringing these people here? They are in league with the devil.
I'm not that lady. Uh, I follow a whore. You've heard of whore, right?
We follow not the devil, Brad. We follow justice. We're a league of justice.
And then like even Bees, um, so he's like knocking on the thing. Let us in. They are here to help. But I guess Lex and Enos, give me a persuasion or deception, whichever one you have.
I can get us through the door if you want. I mean, this is your house too, right?
When you're saying that, and after Lex says what she says, she kind of like you hear the door slowly open. It like there's not just a lock. There's like latches and tons of them. Like click, 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 swipe, unlock, unlock, unlock. Another swipe, and then she opens the door. She's like, "Hurry in."
Uh, Sorry to disrupt you, but have you heard about uh, the vengeful ways of the powerful god Hor?
I like to think you're the first one in, and like she's trying to hurry everyone in, and you're just standing in the doorway trying to tell her about your god, and she's like, get in, hurry.
No, ye of little faith.
Memnon will take a glance around before he steps in.
Give me a perception. All right. You notice that the interior it's well furnished. Like everything, but everything in there seems like it's been used. Like there's nothing new here. They're nice, but it's all old and really used. And in every room you see are like holy symbols. There's some sort of like looks like some sort of sun or something. Um, and yeah, all the windows are boarded up from the inside. You can see, and they've gone overboard with it. And as everyone else comes in, you know what? Let's see if there's an actual map of the house.
I would like to, I'd like to use my last for the day because I think all that fighting that we did took place in the first day that we were in town, right?
The second.
Oh no, we rested. We had a
Yeah.
long rest at some point. So I want to use my divine sense just as we enter this house.
All right, 1 second. Yeah, you can make it that. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't sense any actual evil coming from the house itself.
Okay, unlike being enveloped in that other house, this one is. Okay.
1 second. Oh man, are you kidding?
But he is still detecting that background, pervasive evilness.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I mean that's still going on. Actually, give me 1 second.
Good, because I didn't want to be weirded out or anything by the lack of evilness in a place like this. That would just be too weird.
I'll be right back.
That's fine. There are so many fucking maps.
Is Rum getting lost in map land?
I'm looking for a certain map. I'm trying to see if there's a map of the actual house. There's Death House, Barovia, other things. Doesn't appear to be. I'll wait till Perrin's back. But yeah, you notice the house. It's nice. It's just well used.
That's euphemistic.
Yeah.
Lived in? Is that the word you're using?
Yeah, lived in seems perfect. But like, you know how like you would assume most people that have a mansion or like they run a town that after something gets lived in well enough, they'd probably replace it because they had the money. Doesn't appear anything here has been replaced.
Now that we're here, and I feel like we're kind of safe, Memnon would offer Lex that silvered short sword back because he does not plan on getting in melee with anything anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
And actually, well, I told friends back before you're done looking around it. But yeah, you can give him the silver. They don't really have a workbench, but there's probably enough time where you could put it on your spear.
Okay, excellent. I will do so then.
It's a long rest, basically. If it was a short rest, I'd make you roll like some sort of like sleight of hand or like dex thing.
Basically, it does nothing except for give the weapon the silver quality.
Which is fine. You sure you don't want to give up that cloak? You don't want to give up that cloak to anyone else as well? Or you want to hang on to that bad boy?
Oh, I'm using that.
I figured as much. I was just fucking with you. if you could, you'd have like just like 30 of them. You would just cover yourself in them.
Uh-huh. I'd look like that boy from A Christmas Carol or Story or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Just don't lift the frozen thing. Ba, 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 ba.
You know, since this is a arrest, I'm gonna go over and kind of like sit in a corner and just like pull out that dagger with the rat skull on it, and basically out of game mechanics try to attune to it.
Okay. You can attempt to. All right. You back now?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to
That's
take
fine.
care of something.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't mad. One of the things you notice, but you can do that, Perrin. But one of the things you notice when you get into the house is in the side drawing room on the floor is a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers, and it has the faint odor of decay on it.
Oh shit. I mean, that's obvious. There's
Yeah, I
a
mean, once you get in, like
corpse
you
was
walk in,
here.
you walk into the foyer yet, and you kind of like everyone's getting in, and she's like once everyone's in, she does like the whole locking everything, and Ismark's kind of there watching her, and then you kind of like look around at the house, you're checking it out, and you look like to the if this is what side it is, to the left, we'll say, fuck it. There's like a side drawing room, and that's where you see it's a very simple wooden coffin. In fact, Memnon, you once you looked at it, if you didn't completely freak out, you would notice that the coffin looks like it's made out of shit from in the house.
Yeah, I would point that out, and I'm not going anywhere near it.
What is going on here?
So, when you say that, like they both kind of look sad, and they go, "That is our father, the burgermaster. He has died."
We just died a day, or
Um,
Let me guess. Heart attack? No, I'm kidding. That's out of character.
yeah.
Because get it? Burger? Never mind.
And actually, you would notice. Actually, if everyone wants to give me just a quick perception, just why not? Since you get in the house and you're kind of like everyone's talking to each other. Kiri would notice it. It's kind of small. Once Irina talks to you, you notice on the actually, you know what? Let's see if I can find a picture of her. She's got auburn hair, not brown hair, because I'm a dummy.
Yeah, there's a really, really pretty picture of her.
Yeah.
Article correctly. She looks pretty badass as well. Like way more badass than her would-be brother.
She is very pretty.
Yeah. But you notice on the side of her neck are two small marks.
oh man. Well, Enos won't notice.
No, no.
Because he's staring at her crotch. Because that's eye level.
Jeez.
But yeah, she would. If you pointed out the obvious casket in the room, we'll say, that she lets you know that for weeks the house was harangued, which isn't the word they use, but I'm using it because I like the word. Every night by terrible creatures. His heart couldn't take it, and he died.
So it was heart attack.
He died 3 days ago, but since he has died, they have not come for him. Yeah, I
How-
thought you were being meta-wise by saying that.
He died of the diabetes.
No, I
Um,
was referring to him being the Burgermeister.
how long was it? Did you say it cut out a little bit?
3 days ago.
And that was concerning
Okay.
her neck bite.
Ma'am? You would ask her about the neck bite, you said?
Yes. Well, I'm not gonna be obvious about it. Well. Wait a minute. She's taller than me, so yes, I am gonna be very obvious about it.
If they said anything.
You're quiet again.
Is that better?
Yes.
I took a drink and I moved my mic. I apologize.
They gasp.
I needed some sweet, sweet water. Okay, she would let you know, that actually if you mention it, she doesn't say anything. She kind of looks a mixture of sh- like ashamed and sad. So ashamed. Anyways, we're not.
Well, hold on.
Hopefully,
Here's how I'm asking, because you really haven't said anything yet. I'm gonna tug on
okay.
her arm, and where her bite is, I'm gonna put my hand on my neck and look at her confusingly.
Yeah, and actually, she wouldn't say anything, but her brother would, and he would say, "That is why we need to get her to Valaki, because he has come for her once, and he will come for her again." And when he says that, she says, "I am going nowhere until her father has been buried."
I noticed that the silver harmed the undead, correctly?
It seems to, I believe, if they have no resistance. I think off the top of my head, but it's better than. It's not
I don't
magical.
think, if I recall correctly, the only things that are physically harmed by silver are fiends.
Werewolves
Possibly,
too.
possibly werewolves, but they're not going to be here, guys.
Yeah, there's no werewolves here.
That. Oh shucks, you can't see it, but I'm doing the hand wave. Like no.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I noticed that that sword dealt full damage to the undead. So just to confirm, Memnon will go to Enos, and he will ask if he knows if these creatures have any weakness to silver. He'll kind of do it under his breath, kind of quietly.
Yeah, I think Enos had with that religion check and trying to know what vampires are and what they are affected by. He would relay that little piece of information back to Memnon.
Let me see.
But he thinks he's being quiet, and he doesn't. He's one of those type of people that don't whisper very well. So he's just
Stage
kind of
whisper
talking.
at best.
Yeah, he's not being very quiet or stealthy about it, I guess.
It doesn't really say anything. I'm looking through some stat blocks.
Well, it is not safe here, but I do understand it is not. It's not a good thing for a body to be left in a house like this. Where would your father like to have been buried?
We want him buried at the church, which you guys are here. The church is here. No one will help us carry this the way.
Oh, I'll help you. He's got to be taken care of. This is not good for his soul. It's not good for your household.
Yeah, she says, "Well, we will go nowhere till morning."
Agreed.
It's starting to get dark. But she did mention that since he died, no one's come to the house at night.
Enos will stand before the not the grave, the coffin,
Mhm.
and he'll say a prayer to his god, and he doesn't actually cast anything magic, but he's
Gotcha.
paying his respects.
And you would know, we'll say, because divine sense for evil. You didn't get a sense of evil, and zombies normally are considered evil. If he was a zombie, he would have triggered your thing. You think he's just a bag of dead flesh?
Yeah, is it an open casket or is it closed?
It doesn't say. We'll say it's closed. It just stinks
Okay.
because he's been dead.
It's been
Like there's like a couple
cobbled together
flowers.
from like the stuff in the house, so I guess
Yeah.
it's all like nailed shut.
hmm And there's like on the top of it, there's a holy symbol that, give me a religion check. This is right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, let's see. He's got a -1 to this roll, but
That's hilarious. Oh, it's not horror symbol, and that's all you really know.
Can we all roll or just him?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make the DC higher for you guys because it's not your thing. I think, but it's still not. It's not impossible that you see it. 10's not gonna cut it though. Nor is a 5. But you know
yeah,
what?
that's the weird thing about like rolls with skills. Not to get like totally off, but like when can you actually? Because anybody can get a lucky roll, so you get like that's
Yeah.
happened to you. The bard
Just
in
yeah.
performance
Yeah.
gets like a 1, and then somebody that has no ability to perform gets like a natural 20, and they're awesome.
Motherfucker. To say I would say it looks like it kind of looks like the symbol the Lathander, the Morning Lord, but it seems a little bit different. Maybe it's an older version of like the sun, but there's definitely a sun symbol on the casket. And she would say, "Oh, that's some sort of old Lathander mark." And she'd say it out loud, and then Arena would agree. Yeah, she would say, "Yes, that is the symbol of Lathander."
It looks different.
She kind of shrugged. She goes, "This is the only symbol that I know it as."
All right. Well, in the morning we'll help you take your father to the church, and then we should set off. Yes.
She goes, "Very well." And when you first see her, like when she let you in, she's not like she hasn't donned her armor. She has her sword in her hand. When she like like you open the door with like a gun in your hand because I don't know who this crazy fuckers are and they're gonna kill me because I'm being harangued by a vampire. You know that old chestnut? She's kind of doing that. But once you convince her,
So
she put it like down.
so what can you tell us about this vampire thing? Like,
She doesn't seem too like keen to talk about it. She's like she's like, I don't want to go over it again, but she would just basically kind of say in a low voice that he is a devil. Um, but okay, one sec. Yeah, she would just say that he is the devil.
Let's I say we go and kill this devil.
And she'd kind of like shrug her shoulders and say, "Many have died in the process, in the attempt to do so."
I'm willing to as well.
She's like, "Well, currently we need to get my father buried." And
I will
you kind of notice now that like there's a picture on the like above the fireplace. It's kind of faded, but it's a picture of you see Arena and you see um the lesser Bismarck. It's a little bit they're a little bit younger and their father. And while his um the son looks like spot on like the father, Arena doesn't look anything like them at all.
So the arena. Okay, so there's arena. There's the guy I call Ivan, but I know his name's not that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Burgermeister, who he seems to be older.
Yeah. So it's the three of them, not the what? Not a wife.
Nah, there's no. It's probably we'll say like 5 to 6 years old. The picture.
Got it. And so Enos would say, he would say, Erwin, we're gonna bring your father back. We're gonna bring you to that other town. Then, if my companions are up to it, I'll come back here and cut that vampire's head off.
I suppose you want to help the woman down the street too.
If
Yeah,
we
we'll
have
bring
time.
He says that flippantly.
There's
They don't really
there's
seem
there's evil behind all the other evil here. We cut off the head. We heal this town. While we're stuck here, we might as well take care of that. It might be our own ticket home.
I think when you cut off the head, you're just ending up with a dead evil.
Evil Dead.
Hail to the king.
Groan.
But yeah, so
Silverpike, you've been quiet about all this. What say you?
I didn't hear who you asked. So
Silver Pike.
she seems. We'll just say she seems quiet.
We turn around and Silverpike is arranging like a bunch of mugs on a shelf and polishing them one by one.
But yeah, she so there's like, well, let's see. So they like, you may sleep here. We have beds upstairs, or you may sleep on the couch. And like they kind of point not to the sitting room, but there's like another room where there's couches. She says, "I will stay here to guard the casket of my father. And we will leave in the morning." And the Silmark says he will stay down and guard the thing with her.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Basically, they've invited you to sleep, and they're going to stay here and make sure nothing happens to their father.
I think it's still a wise idea to take guards because
they kind of shrug and they're like, "Well, that's what we're doing. We're guarding the house and him. We will not let anyone take him."
Once our group is together and away from the siblings, Enos will basically say that he thinks we should take turns stand guard ourselves. He would say that these people are grieving. They might not be as alert as they should be.
I think we should behead the father.
I didn't sense any evil coming from him.
also, well, the person doesn't have to be evil to be dangerous. They just have to be desperate.
I was almost killed by a broom. I want to behead the father.
Sure, those they wouldn't be happy about that down there.
Well, they don't have to know now, do they? The cast is closed after all.
Wow.
I was
You think
almost
that it's
killed by a broom. I want to behead the father. We've already fought
Yes.
zombies. I don't know much about vampires, but we have one of those we're facing off against.
That's true. I mean, it's something to watch out for. But if if it's nailed shut, and I mean, I don't even think it can get out.
That, and they're basically holding vigil over it and guarding it in the house.
All we need is a distraction. Somebody pull their attention away. I'll do the deed. You guys don't have to.
Well, I don't mind watching, stand guard duty and protecting things, but desecrating a corpse if we don't have to, something I don't feel like doing.
Okay, but when he's walking around again, it's on you.
If he gets up and walks around, he'll feel a whore's wrath.
You're going to lay him flat with Hall's Wrath?
But how many people
Exactly.
might he kill before then? Those people will be on your hands.
If he was even going to do that, I mean, maybe we can go and ask if we could see the corpse first, see if it has any bite marks or other things.
Well, I mean, they said that the attack stopped the moment he was killed. Sounds like they accomplished a goal to me.
I don't know if anybody else chimes in.
No, but you can see visibly that Lex is siding more towards Enos' side on this particular discussion.
Yeah, let me just check something on Silverpike and see what she has. So I can't. I would assume that she would be against desecration of a corpse, but I can't be positive.
You're super quiet again, Ron.
I can't help it. The mic's so weird. Let me see. Yeah, she would be against it as well.
I think, like, just so I'm being clear with Enos, like evil. If so, he first of all, he's kind of dumb. He doesn't apparently understand vampires and stuff, but desecrating a corpse, and we're also sleeping in these people's house, and they're their only allies so far in this place, and we possibly ruin all that. So he's just looking like, if there's confirmation that this thing is would come to life or that it's evil, he's down to fight. But otherwise, just doing it on the sly and kind of sneaking in is not sitting well with him.
Silverpike would suggest, because why not? Why don't we just have someone watch them in the coffin as well, and if anything happens, you put it down before anything else can happen. Like she understands where Memnon's coming from, because everything here seems to be out to kill them. But she's like, well, if anything happens, we put it down before he can get it out of the casket. If that makes sense.
Agreed.
In the meantime, maybe there's some kind of there's things that can harm these vampires. Maybe they have something in the house to let us use, or I heard about running water, different things. Maybe some stuff we can put together while we're doing guard duty.
Why would running water harm a vampire?
That was one of the things, right?
Yeah.
From my religion check.
Yeah, if for some reason you don't know why, it affects them like acid would affect regular people.
Are they made from dirt?
Holy water or just running water? I think the old myth was just any water.
No, it's just any running water. But you do know holy water affects them as well.
And what does it mean by running?
Like, that's what it says.
Like, if I were to turn on a tap, and the tap would be running, would that be running water?
That would be running water, yeah.
So what we basically need is a big barrel full of water and a hose.
Oh, a decanter of endless water.
That's funny.
That's a callback, and I'm still annoyed about it. Not annoyed at Shep, but annoyed that I never fucking remembered that his vampires loved water. Every time, decanter of endless water to the vampire, you heal him 12 points. Fuck.
Yep.
Next time, you heal him 8 points. Fuck, I forgot. which to be fair was perfect for rum gas.
Yeah.
I
So I
wanna.
mean,
I think he did that because he thought I was trying to mitigate. But I wasn't even using the counterbalance water to harm him. I was trying to push him to fall into the spike pit.
I remember that, but Silver Pike, she'll volunteer to take first watch.
I've already rolled.
Okay, well, what we'll
Yep.
say is, excuse me, I'm a sleepy boy. That during the night nothing happens. Nothing attacks the house. The coffin doesn't move. If you get, they have a larder, but there's not a whole bunch in it. Mainly, mm, mainly like veggies, some carrots, um, some stew. Fuck it, we'll just say there's like a vegetable stew that like whatever. Like if Arena's not on watch, she'd make the stew, and if basically they take their own watches, but like they break it up. Like he sleeps half the night, she sleeps half the night. But in the morning when it breaks, when you guys wake up and you go downstairs, they're both suited up in their armor, their weapons ready. Okay. Um, I yeah. One sec. Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, since they saw you, we're just gonna go ahead and bring it out. Like during the night, what time of the night would you attempt to? I rolled an 18 perception there, man. Literally an 18.
Probably just as soon as like everybody's asleep and the watches are established.
Yeah. You go down there and like there's a couple like those big chairs with the wide like cushion backs, and um, you think that Arena is asleep and like um Ismark is off doing things. Um, but like you get close and you like start to look at the coffin. She kind of opens her eyes and she's like, "What are you doing? Get away from that."
Just checking to make sure everything's on the up and up. I was almost killed by a broom today, so I'm sure you can understand.
And she says, "If you're worried about a broom, Barovia is not going to treat you well."
It already hasn't treated me well.
And she's kind of like starts to get up in your direction, and you notice that she does have her sword in her hand. She's not like going into like she's not like rushing you, but she's very getting like really funky vibes, and she's not sure what the fuck you're doing. But you notice that the coffin is, give me just a quick perception. Uh, it seems pretty nailed down, and there doesn't seem to be anything coming from it.
I'll put my hands up and back off.
Kind of gives you the stink eye, and you hear like when you leave the room, she kind of like calls to her brother. She's like, "Get your ass over here." And then you just kind of hear like soft talking. You can't make it out.
That's fine. Character had to try. That's what he would have done.
I literally just grabbed the dice next to me, rolled it, and it was 18. I just thought it was hilarious. Like, oh, because if she was below an 18, she would have been asleep. But anywho, um, so the morning comes around, and it's like you go out in the morning, and you know how most mornings are, like from not here. It's pretty, you get the sunlight coming in, and it starts to get bright. It never kind of leaves that dull, like foggy, like the sun can't get all the way through the mist surrounding this whole area. And it's about as bright as it's going to be. And they're dressed in armor, both of them leather. Leather. Arena kind of has a little bit of like metal on hers, and you notice that she has like a leather strap, like kind of like a collar around her neck. That seems she doesn't. It just feels like it'd be uncomfortable. It's kind of thick, but she is not bitching about it.
Well,
Anyone
good.
doing anything in the morning when they wake up?
Oh, morning to you. See, everything seems okay.
She's like, she'd say yes. It was a surprisingly quiet night.
Is it
But
not? Never mind.
that's unusual, huh?
Well, I always expect the worst. It seems to be the proper thing to expect here.
So what?
How long has it been like this?
They kind of look at each other and shrug, and they're like, as long as I can remember.
Enos, how come I've never heard of a place called Barovia and this person called Strahd?
We discussed this last time. We're in an alternate dimension.
Yeah, no, but I think she was just RP in it. Because, Enos, you've never heard of Barovia either. And actually, what we're going to do before we go is I'm going to go pee. We'll take a 5-10 minute break. 10 o'clock. I will. Yep. Throw an X up when you're back.
10. Okay. Got you.
Oh man, I forgot to hit my button for my stealth roll.
Nice.
It's about how well I rolled too. Actually, that's about how the whole scene played out.
Yeah, I'm trying not to play Enos. Like he is a Oath of Vengeance. He's not too goody two shoes, but I mean, I think he has some standards that he's trying to adhere to, without it being too much.
Well, I mean, he's a paladin, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a paladin, and then but it can be annoying. Like I would imagine, like every single, especially if you're playing like a character that's not doesn't have the same scruples as a paladin. Trying to make a lawful stupid. I'm trying not to do that.
I mean, isn't your character literally stupid?
That's true. And what is his alignment? He is lawful neutral. He's actually so not a strictly good,
Just
person.
follow the code.
Like he
basically what
follow the code, yeah, and by any means necessary. So if his and he would tell you because he probably talks a lot about his God and different things along the way. We haven't been together all that long, but if there is evil present, if there is something that violates his code or strikes his fancy that he wants to kill it, like he'll go to whatever it takes to do that. Like he'll do evil, what probably would be considered evil things.
Yeah, I mean, so if I'm to understand this correctly, Hor is god of justice, right?
God of vengeance.
Oh, vengeance.
Yeah, God of vengeance, and I just for third level I got the Oath of Vengeance. Oath.
Could have sworn it was vengeful retribution.
Yeah. And that's why, like, he is I gotta pull that out. But basically,
Oh god, are you the
thing
fucking Punisher?
Yeah, he's basically
So you were
he's
stupid.
basically that, except not as smart. Yeah, so he would, with his oath of vengeance. God damn. Yeah, he has the certain tenets. Like, and that's like he has to fight the greater evil. That's why I was trying to say let's just go after Strahd, which is ridiculous. He's always gonna choose to fight the greater evil, which will probably get him killed at some point. No mercy for the wicked. Ordinary foes might win my mercy, but my sworn enemies do not. And by any means necessary, my qualms can't get in the way of exterminating my foes. And restitution, if my foes wreak ruin on the world, it is because I've failed to stop them. So it'll probably take some things pretty personal.
I am back. I almost tripped on a cat trying to pee.
That happens.
They do not like the fireworks, understandably.
Have you tried one of those? What are they called? Those like safety vests or whatever?
Oh, like the thunder shirts?
Yeah.
Nah.
What is that? Undershirts.
It's like a shirt you put on your dog that gets like
Like a-
It's
it's
a
like a
vest.
hug.
It's a thunder vest.
Uh,
It's like a
it's
working dog vest almost, only it's tighter for animals. It's supposed to provide comfort.
Oh, it's like swaddling a baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kind of feel comfortable.
like if you have dogs that get freaked out with thunder, you put that on them or like loud noises. It's supposed to comfort them so they don't freak out.
Oh, there you
I
go.
can't get my fucking cats to wear a collar, let alone anything else. I've probably gone through between the three of them like 12 different collars.
And they hate everyone.
Don't give me that stank look, Fudge. I'm looking at you. So they don't have collars, but they
Oh,
do
I
have
see it.
the ear clip thing, so they know they've been rabies shotted and fixed.
And they got ones for giant Rottweilers and everything else. They
From what I understand, they're fairly effective as well.
Yeah, they are.
That's fine. Yeah, no, when I had Thor, who was my mastiff Rottweiler mix, he didn't care about a fucking thing. He's like, oh, explosions? I don't care. Sleep, sleep, sleep.
There's
That dog, good.
So my friend owned a German Shepherd called Scout, and he's a bit of a derpy dog in the sense that like we used to go like shooting and stuff back when the dog was still alive, and the dog gave zero fucks. Like I don't mean he gave zero fucks, as in like we would have to like actually pay attention to where the dog was because the dog would walk directly into the line of fire while you're fucking shooting.
I believe it. They're like, oh, we're chasing something. I'll go get it. No, it's like I think it's a movie or something. I feel like it is, where a guy like throws like a grenade or a stick of dynamite,
it's a stick of
and
dynamite.
the dog brings it back.
They're like ice fishing or something, shit like that.
Oh, I don't want that. Bad dog. Thor was monstrous. His head was literally the size of a basketball. I like put a basketball up against his head and it was the same size. He was like 150 pounds of just dog.
Oh shit.
He thought he was a lap dog, and he was not a lap dog. But he was dumb as a box of rocks, but he was so loving. When Balkan was younger and he'd come down for like the summer, the dog would grab his forearm and drag him around to play with him. Like, nope, we're going over here now. And he couldn't stop him because he was just, the dog outweighed him. All right, well, while we wait for Rick to go pee, is anyone else doing anything in the morning?
I think
Spell
Enos would
prep.
just set up his gear and reestablish where things are so he can grab things quickly. He would pray. And he would try to prep for the journey because after this we're gonna go on a pretty big hike, I guess.
Yep.
How many miles would you say that is? I mean, we got to go on a roundabout course to get there from the look of
I
it.
think, if I remember,
Or how long does it take to get there typically?
who knows? Who knows what will happen? I think.
Well, I mean, if he's made the journey before, I don't know if the brother has made the journey before or the sister.
Bismarck
If they would know.
in Arena.
Bismarcky.
One sec. I think it's like 7 miles as the crow flies, but with everything.
Hey, Bismarcky, I got 2 questions for you.
He kind of like rolls his eyes a little bit.
Maybe Arena can answer this. The what kind of problems can we expect on the way to the church, and if we don't encounter any problems on the way to this other town, how long do you think it's going to take us? Got to bring enough water and food and everything else.
Grandma got your back.
Yeah. That. What's that? There you go. Man, I'm saving this.
There you go.
That answers all your questions.
Actually, that doesn't make sense. That means we can get there in a day. Is it really that short?
It's like it's only 7 miles as the crow flies, but I mean, I don't
Can
think
you
it's
throw us
that.
the lyrics on that?
Yeah, I'm trying to. One sec. You know what? That's the thing. I was there. You were not.
There's also that as well.
But she would say, well, if we do not get in any trouble, it shouldn't take us more than the day. We'll say, fuck it, day and a half max. But I do not want to be caught out at night, and I'd rather get there.
I agree with that.
Getting out caught at night is the easiest way to die. All right, so any other things before you guys head up to the church?
Which way is this river flowing?
We find out.
It seems to me that it's flowing west to east.
Let me double check. Not that check.
So we'll be going upstream. Because if you look at the elevation wise, the further west you go, the higher it gets. And then once you pass by that ridge, it starts going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense, but let me double check. It doesn't say. The river is roughly 50 feet wide with a depth ranging from 5 to 10 feet. Arching stone bridges span the river at 2 points, one near Barovia, one near somewhere else. So we'll just say it's heading west to east. It makes the most sense.
Okay. Well, they went that idea. Okay.
You'll be like, Pix, let's hop on a boat.
Hop on an
Derp.
airship.
Looking at, there's a waterfall on this river. Derp.
Right, there is? Oh,
Yeah.
yep, there is. So I was totally going east to west. Joking.
Anywho. Alright.
I wasn't sure if you were doing the thing where like you don't know which direction is east and west, or if you were like
No. I was
I
hoping it
know.
was going the other way. We could just take the river and just hop up to the lake.
Alright. So you guys leave the house, heading north.
Now, my question is do we want to go north or do we want to go south and cut through the woods?
To get to Valaki.
Yes, because to get to Vallaki, we have to travel really close to Ravenloft.
I'm not walking through the woods. You heard those wolves.
Yeah. They would say walking through the woods is the second easiest way to die. Well, I don't. Yeah, it's not safe anywhere.
you know,
Safest on the road.
I think that's the third easiest way to die
I think the first easiest way to die
is to attempt to pick up
Walk.
stuff.
is to attempt to walk into the castle.
I
two's being out
still
of the
think
way.
the first easiest way to die is to pick up soap.
Nope.
I'm alluding to when someone tried to pick up soap and got murdered by a broom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For a bar of soap. I'll be honest, I forgot that, and I was thinking some sort of prison joke. But no, soap is pretty bad. I was like, sodomy won't kill you, but it's really unpleasant, I assume. If that's not your thing.
Well, I mean, it can.
I mean, whatever. You guys, if there's nothing else, they'll leave the house. They'll lock the door, but the first thing you hear as you're heading north, you get about here is once again you hear the sobbing of someone they refer to Mary.
Is she seriously at it all day and night?
All day and all night. And
Which,
who's carrying the other two ends? Like they'll take the front end, or like they'll take two sides of this coffin. You know, Silverpike will take one side.
I'll take the other side, and then Enos can prop it on his head.
He would volunteer to. Oh, is he that short? Yeah, you don't
Hold it above his head.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he'd get underneath and kind of like hold his hands out, put his shield and his weapons, away.
They are not light. Coffins are not light at all.
But as long as
Because
they're
I've seen we're
helping
carrying
with,
it on our shoulders, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, so you would be like underneath it with the shield.
It's actually kind of smart. Yeah, sort of.
until
Kind of pressing it
until we lose grip on it and it falls right on
until
him.
Like everyone loses their grip, and Enos is just standing there. He nat 20s his check and he's holding it above his head, like he's got it perfectly balanced on the shield. He's like, y'all want
Hey,
to
he's
grab
fairly strong. I mean, this is made out of scrap materials, not
Yeah,
like
it's scrap
solid
wood.
oak or anything.
that?
And whatever the corpse weighed,
Not much. He was like a frail old man, so it shouldn't be too bad.
he might actually be able to do it.
But you guys, unless you request to stop somewhere during this funeral procession, you guys head to the church.
All right.
And a couple things. First things first.
Hey, out of curiosity, is my if your father has passed away, then who is Burgermeister now? Is it an elected position, or is it a hereditary position?
It can be voted on. I think technically I am the Burgermeister, but I have no desire to be.
Okay.
And what we'll do is.
Do you want to be Burgermeister?
Sweet crackers, that's way too big.
Or do you want to be Burger King? No.
Boo.
That was clever, okay? Fuck you.
Three of you.
As we were walking past the sobbing woman's house again, I would jerk my thumb over there and be like, "So is she rich or what?"
Uh, no, she has very little.
Memnon instantly forgets about her.
I gather that's the thing here. No one around here seems. I bet you all of the riches is up there, and she points towards the Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, he can keep it.
Are you sure?
I'm not going to get killed trying to get something.
Alright, so I did that, and you know what? Let me do one of these as well. Not you, not you. I need you. And I need you. And we're gonna do this. And now you got outside the church. Let me tell you about the church. Yeah. When you get close to the church, it's atop a slight rise. Against the roots of the pillar stone that supports. Nope, nope, nope. That's not right. Oh, okay, I see. No, in the background behind the church, you see the large pillars of stone that support Ravenloft. You see a gray sagging edifice of stone and wood. What a good word, edifice. The church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower raises towards the back, and the flickering light shines through the holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feasibly against their load. And
We don't have vision.
oh, well, that's no good. It's a good thing you told me. Oh, I know why. Son of a bitch. Because I was lazy. So I get for being lazy. 1 second.
Yeah, we all just actually died, so...
No, what I did was instead of going to the front page and copying, I just drug it over. I didn't think about that whole vision thing though. Actually, the only person I had to go to the front page and copy, ironically, was Silverpike because she doesn't have a thing. So what I'm gonna do is this: copy paste. It's from the front page, so it may not be 100% up to date, but you should be able to see now. Correct? Can everyone see?
Yes.
Correctamundo.
See.
And you get to the front of the door, and let's see, where's it at? Get over here, yeah. Here we go. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire, much like the mansion was.
That seems to be a common thing around here.
And when they get to the front of they're holding the thing. They'll ask either Kiri or Memnon to knock on the door so they can get in.
I'll knock with the hilt of my dagger.
All right, let's see something.
Instead, we should use the coffin like a battling ram and just knock on the door of the battling ram.
The door is actually shut, so let's see what it says. They're like, and like you knock on it, and they're sitting there for a second, and they're like, they kind of like say like, what is taking Donovich so long? And
I'll try to
so
open the door.
it's locked, but hold on. Let's double check it one time. All right. Yeah, like you go to start like looking at the door to figure out the lock, and then you hear it starting to open,
I'll instantly jump back.
and yeah, you see an older man, human. He he's like he opens the door first. He's like he looks and he goes, "Oh, uh, Arena Bismarck. S- one second." And he kind of opens the door all the way, and he sees the coffin. He's like, "Come in, come in."
Ave. I don't know why I turned into a Roman all of a sudden.
Mm. And yeah, you what the F is? Okay, hold on. Is that's what I'm looking for? The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 to each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You see, the chapel is strewn with just debris, and you and actually, when you start to walk into the church, you hear from somewhere underneath it someone scream, "Father! Father, I'm hungry."
Oh god. Blood for the blood god!
Yeah, Memnon instantly jumped when he heard that, and he's just like backing away.
Yeah. Donovan says, "Do not worry. Come in, hurry."
What do you mean, do not worry?
It's not in the church.
It.
Yes. Um, and Arena and they don't seem worried about this at all. It's not. They actually look like they kind of like when they hear it, they grimace, but it sounds like they were expecting it, and they kind of look at Silverpike, who's kind of got like the eyebrow raised, and Lex. They're like, Lex, you already went in, so the 4 of you are carrying the coffin, and I guess you go in as well. So Enos is Eve supporting underneath it.
Yeah, I can't put myself exactly. I guess I'll put myself behind.
That's fine. Yeah, and if he sees Memnon like nope, 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 not going in, he's like, "Do not worry, Doru cannot get out."
There it is again. You just called that an it. That spoke like a person, and you
No,
called it an it.
He's a Doru cannot get out.
What's a
Okay, I have to ask who is
Doru?
Doru.
He's like he'll say why you're like he's trying to shut the door. He goes, "He was my son." Hunter, get in.
What
Is
the
is it a zombie?
hell's
Is it
going
undead?
on?
What's going on here? I am not entering that building until I get an answer.
He kind of shrugs, and if you don't come in, he'll just close the door on you. He has the cough, and he's not worried. He's like, "Fine, stay out with everything," and he'll close the door.
I'll sit down with my back to the wall.
I sit in Memnon's lap.
So they go in, and he kind of like he check this. He tells you to bring the coffin into the chapel, and I'm assuming everyone does. And it's like he's like, "Hurry! It's perfect time for the burial, and we must go out back." And like behind the church, you could even see it when you were coming up. Was a graveyard.
I'll hold my tongue for now,
Mhm.
but it's clear that the screaming is
Oh yeah,
weird.
this like the entire like he'll be talking, and then just every now and then you'll hear like a scream or someone else screaming, "Father!"
What kind of creature are you housing here?
He's like, "We must do the funeral now while it is still dawn. I will explain after." And he kind of he gets like he goes into his office. You see, he kind of comes out with like holy vestments on, and he kind of looks at Arena and Koyana, Arena and I can never remember his Ismark, and he's like, "Hurry!" And he kind of leads you guys out back, and he gets to a grave site that's already been prepared. That he knew they were coming. They had tried to, but they couldn't just bring him in by himself because this old man's too weak and they weren't strong enough. So he has you put the coffin in the hole, which is probably just exactly 6 feet. And if you wanted to, Memnon and Gary, give me a perception.
Uno momento.
You could hear like they closed the front door, but you hear like a back door kind of open. And if you wanted to, you could go back there, or you could stay where you are. Either way, you still hear coming from like somewhere in there. You just hear random screaming or just some screaming father.
Okay. Well, I suggest we get this
Yeah.
this burial
Once,
over.
yeah, and like you can tell he's trying to be like sympathetic and like not rush it, but he's kind of rushing it. And there he starts to um during it he starts to say prayers to the morning lord, and then he starts to pray actually for the children, and then surprisingly he starts to pray for your group as well. And then once it's done, he finishes his prayer. Like he kind of like there's like a moment of silence that once again is interrupted by "Father!" And then he like you can tell he's used to it, and he's just like every time though he cringes for a second, and then but he just doesn't like pay it any attention, and then he kind of looks to the children, and they start bearing the coffin. And once that's done, he brings everyone back inside.
All right.
You guys, and then he kind of looks to Kolyan and Arena, and not Kolyan. Once he's buried, he looks at the children. And he goes, "Now that it's done, you must get out of here. You must go as far away from the castle as possible. I suggest you go to the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Krizik."
Wait. There's an abbey.
Yes, in Krizik, there is the Abbey de Saint Markovia.
Could we get out the overmap and see where that is?
Yep, I was working on it. I was working on it. Do 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 do. Krizik is here. It's about, you got to travel roughly double the distance, but it's further away.
Well, either way, we have to pass through Valaki, right?
Correct. And if you mention Valaki, he goes, "Valaki, it's better than nothing, but anything is better. They have fortified the entrance in Valaki, but if you can get to the holy site of the abbey, that would be preferred, but anywhere but here." And then Right when he says that, the scream comes from the bottom of. You can tell now it's coming
Okay.
from underneath the church.
I'm sorry, but what is going on here, and why is there a person screaming?
And he kind of sighs, and he's like, that that is what's left of my son Doru. He was one of the a couple months. We'll say a couple months. Fuck it. Let me just double check the actual time. He'll say when the wizard came to attack, to lead the people in revolt against the devil, I tried to tell my son to stay out of it, but he would not be swayed. And well, he let's see, little more than a year ago. There we go. Little more than a year ago, him and many other villagers tried to storm the castle. A wizard in black robes convinced them the best way to save the land was destroy him, instead of staying out of it like I suggested. The wizard died. Most of the people died, but a few were turned to spawn. I managed to trap him in the Undercroft, but I will not let him out. He has not eaten since he has been in here, and he screams constantly.
So he's in agony all the time, and you're just keeping him alive for your own benefit. That's what it sounds like.
1 second.
I don't think I would call him alive, but
Well, I think you're too cowardly to do what should be done.
He is my son.
Doesn't sound like it anymore. Sounds like a monster.
blood for the blood god.
Yeah. Well, you hear it like faintly from out front, from where they are.
Follower of Lathander. Holy man.
And you see him. He's an old man. He's kind of fat and pudgy. Looks like Friar Tuck. You still got the same bald, like monk hair that apparently all monks are required to have. Second.
You got it.
Son of a bitch.
Preparing our deaths.
Nah.
Just mining carries because we're outside.
Oh no, he's actually. I mean, this thing is locked underneath the church. So if anything, you guys are safest.
Well, from that, but not from the wolves and the ghouls.
And just everything, yeah. And he would say, when you say that, he's like, I've honestly, I have lost the key to where he is locked, and he would kind of take you. Where is it? He would open this door here. Oh, not that. Really? Why would you do that? That makes no fucking sense. There we go.
I'm no clergy person, but even I know that if a body is not laid to rest and is still upright and walking around, then the spirit is in peril. Is that not right, Paladin of Horror?
You're damn right.
Do you prefer Paladin of Horror? Do you prefer Horrorish Paladin?
You can call me whatever you want. A whoremonger. You can call me a follower of horror.
And he kind of like leads you to
Horror
this room
Hound?
here, this room there, and you look in there, and you see that this room, it's kind of just really shitty. It's covered in mold. You look up, it's got a few broken roof shingles, like fallen into puddles of water. In one corner, set in the floor, is a heavy wooden trap door held shut with a chain and padlock. And underneath it, like when you're looking at it, you just hear another scream that I'm starving.
Hmm. So what exactly is the old man asking us to do at this point?
He is asking you to get,
We just move on.
yeah,
Because
basically. He's like, we have buried your father. Please get her somewhere safe.
Enos would look at the brother and sister and say, I'm sorry, I don't think I could let this pass. Why would we let this evil just sit down there? It's not good for what that creature used to be, and if it gets out, it's not good for this town as well. And he's talking kind of like to the brother and sister in particular.
Make a persuasion roll. Enos.
They go right along with it.
Yeah, he's you kind of see he's kind of conflicted. Obviously, you're right, but it's still his son. That's all he has left in this shitty world of his.
A follower. Well, I wasn't talking to the. That's what the.
Yeah.
That's what the brother said.
No, that's what, like, you can kind of like look at the priest, and you can see like he's got inner turmoil, and it's pretty obviously what he's thinking.
Follower Lathander, you want to show your son towards the light, or leave him down in a basement screaming because he's hungry for blood?
You know what? I mean, you're talking perfect sense.
Yeah, I know. We gotta in game terms, and I mean,
no,
I'm not. I mean, Enos will leave if no one else seems to be on board with this, obviously. But it's gonna take a little bit. He's kind of fuming now. Like, I don't know, you've seen him angry in battle, but he's pissed about this.
Lex is just popping open the door.
Getting out the halogen bar in the wind.
Oh, I got you. Was it
Got
Paramount?
the shaped explosives.
No, like you're, like you, Fireforge, you're like trying to sense into the father, and then Lex just kind of walks in, and you can, with the tool, she has advantage, and you can hear the trap door, like the chain snap, and the door opens. Going in, Lex.
Yeah, she's going to light a torch and.
Are you kind of like rushing in?
Not really. Like more cautiously entering the staircase. And as she does so, she calls out up the doorway, and she says, "Yeah, every day you let your son remain in this state endangers his soul."
Yeah. Yeah. Silverpike's. She'll agree with you, and she'll actually volunteer to go down first. That's kind of what she does.
Okay, sure.
Do you want me to go down and check it out and come back, or what do we want to do?
I'll come down with you.
What about you, Fireforge? I mean, this is kind of your thing.
I'd go right down after, not really thinking about the best setup. We only have a few of us. Some of us are outside still.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on, presumably.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to. I mean, you could open the door like before you go in there to let them in if you wanted to.
I think. I mean, Enos isn't stupid. So if the two of us are
He's
going
not
down there,
tactically.
yeah, but he's not going to. He's not that stupid. He's lived this long. He would open up. It's easy to open up. I take it. He just throws it open and says, "We've got business in here. You coming?"
It's business time.
Business.
Was that at us or?
I got my business socks.
Yeah. Yeah, he says it to you guys.
What sort of business is this?
The kind word that
Ah!
the kind that Horus sent us for to smite evil.
I cannot scream. That hurt.
They're evil doers. Man.
So you want us to go fight something?
Yeah.
But we just fought something yesterday.
Well, today's a new day. And Enos heads in.
So, are you guys following or are you staying out there?
Robin's typing something. Memnon will sigh and give Carrie a little push.
Right. You look in there, and there's only one room open, and it's to your right. And you look in there, and there's an open trap door. We're going to do this. Since you're all going in. Like, that's safe to assume.
Yeah, that's safe to assume.
Um,
Oh, here's what I do. I get out the tan little bag.
Yeah.
And throw a fluff ball at it.
Fantastic. Roll a d8. I don't. Where's my book? Where's my book?
A 2.
Okay. I need to put this down in there so I know. But
She just threw Thumper at him.
well,
A
that's
2 is an
hilarious.
ape.
It's an 8. All right. One sec.
And the ape kills him, and we don't get any experience.
I'm doing milestone anyways.
There we go. Now I have it as an attack. Which did not load up the resource for it.
Yeah, I'm putting. Oh, I don't want to do the character mancer right now. I appreciate that game, but we'll opt out for this one. There we go. That being said, I'm super. I haven't messed with that yet. I'll mess with that after this.
Hey,
There we
not
go.
to change the subject, but Milo High Hill, I just got a portrait commissioned.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I found somebody on like one of the like a Facebook thing I follow for like D&D, and there was somebody that made some really cool. I'll have to link their like little YouTube thing.
That's awesome.
And I got so I sent the information on the character background in that the little avatar that I was using, and she's gonna make a portrait of some kind. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
All right, Robin, you should be able to see the ape sheet now.
Awesome.
You can find the ape, which I know I have. I had Hanu a commissioned picture of Hanu.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited about it. see how good this one goes, and then I might get other things done.
How much do you charge you? If you don't mind?
95.
You're probably better than mine. I paid like 80.
Yeah, so it depends on what you want. If it's just the portrait and then like not much of a background, but I think I'll start with this and then I might get something more elaborate or other things later on, because she goes to like full character with things in the background and everything else.
Technically, that token's a dire ape, but I'm just going to use it for that for the time being.
It works.
It does. All right. So you chuck this ape in there. I don't know if is it large or is it medium. I feel like it'd be large.
Medium.
Okay. So like the ape, you get like they're already in there. Like they were in there before you. And the ape goes like you throw the ape and it just kind of sits there looking at you till you tell it to do something. But Silver Pike's by that time she's gotten about this far, and she would see this like emaciated looking thing, and this is what she sees.
Oh God. Is it chained up or no?
No, it's not. It's like right now, like it's kind of basically hiding in the corner. That right? Yeah, because like there's a whole bunch of people coming down. Like like when Silver Pike started going down, and she rested, so she has all her HP. He was like, "Ooh," he like started to say, "I can smell your blood," but then he stopped being so sing-songy when Lex came down, followed by Fireforge.
Sigourney Weaver's really let herself go.
Yeah, she needs to go to the beach and get on some protein.
Oh god, I didn't.
You take your minute.
Now I can't unsee it.
Ripley!
Oh my god, now I can't unsee it. Jesus.
She's screaming, "My baby!"
Oh god. That's gold.
Yeah, actually, now, what we're gonna do is this. Everyone came to like, in Fireforge, are you moving or what? Are you staying on the stairs? Is everyone coming down?
Yeah, I will go in.
Like he can see you, and he's like kind of like staying in his corner. He's kind of pacing back and forth, and he's like, "I can smell your blood." Actually, he does continue to say it. I was wrong. What are you doing, Silver Eyes? Like you threw your ape. The ape just kind of pops up. He's looking at you for like some sort of order.
Have I seen what this guy is yet?
I mean, from where you are, probably not. I mean, I think you have dark vision. You're a halfling, aren't you?
Yeah, I
Does
don't
someone
have dark
you-
vision.
Does anyone have any?
I've got a torch lit.
Okay, that works.
You don't have your light shoes on?
No,
Okay.
There's a torch lit.
not currently, no.
I point in the general direction of this spoiled little vamp, and I go attack him.
Okay, well, we're gonna do two things. First thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna clear the initiative order,
Good idea.
and then now I'm gonna tell everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. My page, not the apes page.
Oh, I was gonna talk to myself. Did it register that?
Negatron. Oh man, this is Dex. Because here he's not. You're not the only one in that 20 his initiative. Their initiative. What's your dex? Carrie?
3.
So is his.
Who's got the higher actual score?
Yeah, what's your score? Is it 16 or 17?
It's 16. You can see it by
16.
the 3.16.
Okay, yeah, so is his. What we'll do is you and
PCs
him.
usually go first if it's a tie.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or you could just dice off.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let her go first. You know, you get an oral initiative for your ape as well.
I figured
you
just
just
go
go
on my
with her.
turn.
That's fair.
Makes it easier.
So basically, you told him to attack, so he's gonna chuka on over there. What's his movement? Is it 30?
30.
I'm assuming. So he's just out of range. Which I don't know if an ape would actually go chuka, but I'm being racist, I feel.
Perfectly alright. The ape probably shouts a derogatory term in its own language, so it doesn't matter.
It flings poo.
It does the King Kong roar while flinging poo.
I love apes.
What
And
are you
then
doing, Gary?
me. Gotta get to my spell page. I don't want to waste my. Oh, you know what? We'll just I'm not gonna fire this yet, but I'll have it in my palm.
Gonna hold to produce flame.
Yep.
What's the trigger?
If it moves past the ape.
Okay. It is his turn. And what he's going to do is he's going to hiss at the ape, and then he's going to start walking on the wall. So now he's basically,
Yeah. There we go.
he is going to use 10 feet of movement to get to the, actually 15 feet of movement to get to the ceiling, because it's a pretty decent depth down here. And then he's going to take 15 feet of movement on the ceiling to head this way. So you can produce flame him now. The monkey doesn't get an attack of opportunity because he's out of range because he's on the ceiling. Do one of these. So 6 isn't going to hit. I don't know what his
No.
AC is, but I'm rather sure. And just so we know, he's on the ceiling. Yeah, he's doing spider walk. So we'll do one
How
of
tall
these.
is the ceiling?
15 feet.
15 feet, thank you.
And you know what? What is his movement? 30. Okay. Let's see what he can do. Actually, he's going to dash just to the door. He's like above the door.
We did
Fire
close the door, right?
This is a trap door. No one closed. No one said they closed it.
The door was busted as well.
Yeah, he like popped that bitch open. Fire Forge, it's your turn. He's just above the door. Like if you were to get on the stairs, you could probably reach him. You can just get to him with your 25.
Yeah, so I can go right underneath his token, pretty much. Is that what
You can get just here. Like yeah.
He grabs his and rubs his symbol of horror. And I'm gonna use my abjure enemy for my channel divinity. Obviously choosing this guy. And I'm gonna say let go of that boy, demon spawn. And he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, one sec. I forgot to roll for so.
After that, I'm gonna pull out my sword if I have enough to do that.
Let's see, wisdom saving.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
You rolled 18.
All right.
He has no,
That
he has
that
no
would be
mod. That's
yeah, that would beat whatever I got. So, on a successful save, the creature's speed is halved for 1 minute, or until the creature takes any damage.
all right. So he has half movement. Good to know. Actually, really fucking good. Anything else? You get your sword out, but you can't attack.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Also, I'm not gonna have my shield yet. Oh, just the sword.
Memnon, this fucking thing is like you didn't even want to be here, man.
Nope.
This is just some fucking bullshit.
Yep.
And then everyone convinced you to go down to this fucking basement. Here he throws this fucking gorilla thing out of nowhere, and this motherfucker climbed on the ceiling and is running in your direction upside down, and it's just fucking above you.
Yeah, as that was happening, I would scream like a pansy and like hop down right here and then shoot at the thing
Go ahead.
and miss horribly in my panic.
Yeah.
Wait, that was short sword. I'll still take the roll. It's pretty much the same ones for the bow.
Oh yeah. So you panic at this fucking thing bum rushing the door. And he oh man. Yeah, that's perfect. So he misses and Silverpike's turn. I don't know what she has. I don't know if she has anything ranged. You know what? Fuck it. She would yell something. Oh, you know what? That'd be you that would yell. She'd yell, "Get back!" Because that's her gimmick. And she is going to pull out her light crossbow and miss. She'll cuss, and then she'll use the rest of her movement to get here closer to it. Shield and sword out. Lex, it's your turn.
Thanks for blocking. Never
I
mind.
wasn't trying to. It's just what she'd do, man. She would try to block.
But good thing I have a reach weapon, so
And he's on the ceiling, so.
I'm gonna run up underneath, getting as close as I can, so that I'm within range with my reach weapon. And then I'm going to unfurl my full level 3 combos. So I'm going to fighting surge, attack, action surge, attack. So here we go. I assume the second one misses.
Correct. The first one does hit, though.
So 20 piercing damage.
Hold on, what's the attack then? Because it's 18 is the roll, 20 is the attack.
Yes, the second
Okay.
one is the damage. Yeah.
Gotcha. I see what happened there. All right, yeah. 1 second. I need to see something.
And she yells something appropriately Japanese. What's that one where like people usually meme it before following up with a combo?
Godzilla!
You hit this thing, right? And even though it's a silvered weapon, you think this thing didn't take as much damage as you feel
Yeah, I figured as
as it
much.
should have. Anything else? Or that's pretty much it.
That is both actions plus my bonus action and movement, so that's my turn.
Silver Eyes. The monk. What do you tell Magilla here to do?
Gonna tell Monkey.
Actually, you know what? You don't have to tell him anything because you told him to attack. So he's going to start running towards him because he's trying to attack. Unless you want to tell him to do something different.
Nope.
He's going to get here. It's as far as he can get. He can climb up his next turn, but.
He can get right there, can't he?
He can get there, but he's still too high because he's underneath the stairs. The stairs can reach him. The only reason Lex can reach him is because she has that extended weapon. He's too high out of the range for the monkey to hit. The gorilla to hit. I gotta be
Yeah.
right turn. Next turn,
Oh,
he
hey,
can jump
is
up.
there rocks on the ground? Or where it was there rocks on the ground where it was?
You know what? Give me a D2. Odd, there is, even there isn't. So roll a 1. Yeah, so he comes running up, he picks up a rock, he chucks it at him. 10 misses.
A 10 misses?
But he did chuck it, and he's still. And, you know, give me another D2. He's looking for another rock. He finds another one, so he's loaded for the next attack. Your turn.
My turn.
Yep.
Page. Go away, pages. There we go. Carrie. You know what? Right where, the vamp... Is he still on the wall ceiling?
Yeah, he's on the ceiling.
The trapdoor is still technically open, right? And I can see in it?
It's wide open, yeah.
So, right where I see the trapdoor, we're gonna cast this. S freaking A. Come on. I hate this stupid thing.
No rush. We cool. It's all cool, man. Healing spirit.
Yes.
Okay, so just
We'll
making
make it
sure.
look like a fae.
Oh,
So there's positive energy right there. And that's a bonus action.
it is a bonus action, correct?
So it's why not? It's on the ceiling. Up toward it. Directly toward it.
Oh, let's see how this is gonna work. Cause you're at the bottom of the stairs.
It's a cone effect.
Yeah, it's a cone, but you're probably gonna hit Silver Pike. Cause it's going up in an arc, like, and basically, like, in the same direction of him is Silver Pike and Fireforge.
Oh, well then I'll move first. I forgot that I was at the bottom of the stairs.
You're at the very bottom of the stairs, yeah. I don't really see how you could get, like, even if you were to move here.
Once again,
Okay,
I'm a halfling.
gotcha. That's true.
Hmm.
So let's see if it makes its con save. As like Fireforge, you're kind of sitting there, like ready to cut this thing down. And Kiri kind of like runs to the side of you and just sets like kind of like just sits her feet in the the stairway, the stairs, and this giant boom comes out of her. And his con is a 8, so he misses. He fails it. He takes is he 11? It's magical, yeah. So he takes 11.
That movement thing is negated as well. I think he's taken damage a couple times.
Takes 11 full damage.
He was only slowed until he moved.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
no, he's
take
only
damage
slowed
already.
till
Till he
takes
took damage, yeah.
Oh, sorry. But he's going
Wow, he got
into
hit.
the room.
Let's see. Well,
He's gonna bounce off the wall.
he's gonna fall off the ceiling and land like right on the stairway.
Can I scramble past him? So I'm in the doorway now?
You can, but he's gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Well, I'm not really leaving his threat range.
Are you trying to climb up? Because like right above you is the stairs. You couldn't really end your turn there because he's in that space and he wouldn't let you take his space. Even as a halfling, I don't think he can. You can end in the same space as the enemy. Can you?
Yeah,
Kev?
it's still illegal. You're not allowed to.
Yeah, he's pushed away 10 feet, so he's 10 feet somewhere else. Even if he's on the ceiling, he's still 10 feet somewhere else.
Technically,
So-
he fell. I mean, he pushed him up against the wall, like where he
Okay,
was.
yeah.
It pushed him back.
But yeah, I'm gonna
So he
try
hit
and
the
get in the
wall,
trapdoor.
Then fell. Okay, but if you try to get past him, he'll take an attack of opportunity.
Go ahead.
All right. going to try to swipe out at you with his one of his claws.
Because I'll heal
Oh.
6 points or 1d6 on my turn.
All right, you'll take a 21 to hit.
That hits.
You take 7 slashing.
'Kay.
And if you had advantage, you would have critted, which would have been 14. So it's all right. And that is your turn. Or are you doing anything else when you get up there?
No, that was my movement, bonus, and attack.
All right. It's now his turn. Start of his turn. He gets up. He is going to hiss. And you know what? Just to make my life easier, Kiri, I'm gonna put you right here, because that's technically where you are.
Yep.
Because he is about to try to run out. He's gonna get up. So Lex, you get an attack of opportunity. So does Fireforge.
Does the ape get one too now?
The ape, if he was in melee, but he has to chuck rocks at him.
Well, he's.
But he's gonna go past you, so you get an attack of opportunity on him. Fireforge misses. Lex.
Shit. Oh, I was gonna talk to myself. That's good because I rolled terribly.
So that hits. So does Kiri. So 17 and 9. That's 28. That was not good for him. But whatever. Alright. And now that it's up here and you just hit him.
Actually, he also
is-
takes 1d6 healing.
Oh, okay. Which I don't know if that affects him like you want it to.
Well, I'm
undead,
hoping
we'll say
it
fuck
does.
We'll say fuck it does. And he takes all of that. Now that he's up here with you, Carrie, he is going to attack you again.
Okay.
Because he can't move anymore. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something. We're gonna make a roll. Oh, that's a natural 1. It wasn't an attack roll. I was deciding what to do. Fuck it. He's on a dash. Actually, yeah, fuck it. He's running. Gets out in front of the church.
Oh, wow.
Homeboy can.
I yell out, lesson learned, close the doors.
Locked door, it's smashed.
Fireforge, it is your turn.
Well, I gotta follow this thing to see where it went. So my
fine.
first, like, whatever, 5 or 10 feet of movements to go up the stairs.
Yep. But like, Kiri, you saw when you left the room, he kind of like stopped for like a quick second, and he hisses, "Father!" And then he just hauls ass out through the door. Like he looked at his actual father, but he screamed to his new father.
How much movement have I used so far? 10 feet?
And I'm actually yelling, he's out the door!
What do and he's no longer in this little room. He's
No.
through into the next room, right?
He's
Correct.
outside.
He's out
And
front.
outside. So as I look through this door and I see the brother and sister, what are they doing?
Right now, they have a look of shock on their face, like they were not expecting him to come running by. Like they were trying to like calm down and keep the actual father Dorovich, trying to keep him calm. But when they see him start to run by, they're kind of like they're assessing things, and probably they're gonna go after him here in a second as well.
All right. I'm gonna use my dash to for my action to move forward after him.
that is something you can do.
That's as close as I can get. And there's really not much. Let me double check something real quick. Oh, I'm going to use I'm going to replace my Oath of Vengeance spell, Hunter's Mark, with or I'm going to use it instead of one of my other spells, and I'm going to cast it as a bonus action on that creature.
All right, he is marked.
And I'll pick off one of these other spells while it's somebody else's turn. And I just scream, here, he's out here.
Memnon.
Okay, I'm going to spend my bonus action to dash full speed. I'm going to use my movement to move full speed and assess where I am.
You get 15 to get where you currently, like, at the top of the top of the thing.
Alrighty, well then never mind then. So I'll just use my movement because that is the creature, right? Or no, that's
Nope.
the person we came with.
Yes.
Okay, so 15, 30. Yeah, I'll use a bonus action or my movement now. Well, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Movement and bonus action I used. Okay, and then I will take an attack. Yeah,
That'll
at least
hit.
I hit. For measly 2 damage probably, but
Yeah,
still.
it doesn't seem to do. At Silverpike's turn, she's going to do the same thing. Cuss 10 feet. 20 feet. Gonna do the smart thing and try to cut him off with her movement. And that's her turn. Lex.
Alright, gonna charge up the stairs. I don't even think I can get up to the top of the stairs. I'll use my dash action to get up to the top of the stairs again.
Alright. 5 leave it there.
And I still have 25 feet of movement, so... Actually, no, I have 20 feet of movement. Wait, is he not on fire?
He is not on fire.
Is it not daytime outside?
It is overcast. It's daytime, but it is heavily overcast.
Okay. Alright, I end my turn here.
As is all of Barovia for some crazy reason. Kiri, first thing is, monkey's gonna move. The monkey just comes out, and that's basically his turn. Actually, no, fuck it. He would, because that's what he can do. Now it's your turn, Kiri.
Okay, I'll get out of the room as well. Can I move? As a bonus action, I can move the spirit up to 30 space to a place I can see. So we'll go ahead and move the spirit as well to right beside me as my bonus action.
What shape is this? What's
It's a
supposed
fae. Just copy the
Well,
gorilla and make it white.
Uh-huh.
Make it easy. Just so we have a place of reference. And it is a 5-foot square. 5-foot cube.
Alright, so what else are you doing? You have your attack, correct? Or you have to dash, though.
I did not dash. I moved 25 feet. Which is my movement. You know what? We'll go ahead and try to set him on fire again. Does not hit.
10. Nope. One second. Just to make one life easier. Finish this. You should see them. He has a green little fey thing around him.
You've gotten super quiet again.
I don't know why. Anything else? Alright, well, now that he knows that he's fucked, because he can't outrun you guys, he's gonna go to town. He's gonna attack Silver Pike, who has actually all 28 of her hit points, which is probably gonna be good.
Is the town funky?
What?
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, I see what you. The first attack is a natural 20. Jesus, it's a natural 20 and a natural 1 if you had disadvantage. You know, let me see something real quick. Let me see something. You know what? He has disadvantage on attacks because he's in sunlight.
Oh,
Should have stayed in
But
the
isn't it
basement, dummy.
overcast?
It's overcast enough where he doesn't take the damage,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not.
shit.
He's not overcast enough where he doesn't get disadvantage on attacks.
He's not quite
Feel-
sparkling yet.
Yeah, I'm
I
giving
feel like
you
that's a
shit.
fair trade-off.
Oh, they have diamond skin.
I think he's gonna try to bite her. What is her AC? It's a 19, so yeah. He tries to like bite down on her arm and he just gets metal. That's his turn. Fireforge, this fucking abomination, man.
Oh, son of a bitch. So it stopped running?
It's fighting now. It's no longer running.
Oh, it's no longer afraid. Um, so then I'm gonna make it afraid, and he steps forward, and he is going to use his greatsword, hopefully to hit it.
Right.
I'll do the hunter's mark if I hit.
12
The-
does not hit.
Ah, damn. Um, that's it. Damn, it sucks.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Memnon.
alrighty. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide because I'm in fog and my racial allows me to do that. And I'm assuming that's not going to be good enough, so I'll just still shoot anyways.
Yeah, you can see it with that.
I just want an advantage.
I got you. 13 misses.
And that's my turn.
Silver Pike is going to just swing out at this thing with her longsword. 15 just hits. Takes 9. Lets out a little scream. Ah! I think that's all she can do. 'Cause I think at 3, all she gets is the lowered crit chance, the higher crit chance. Lex, it's your turn.
Alright, Lex is going to use another charge of Fighting Spirit. And then she's going to make an attack at advantage with her.
Yep, Fighting Spirit,
Sword
that's
speed.
what that does.
12 misses.
Yep, you see a little bit closer too. No,
Uh,
you're good. You get that range, it's alright.
yeah, and then she's going to circle back around behind Enos. Actually, you know what? It's more tactical to be over here. Yeah, that's where she'll be.
Silver Eyes.
We'll make the monkey move first.
Yeah, Monkey's gonna come on over here.
Yeah, monkey will go right there.
right there.
Act as a buffer.
That's
And monkey will attack. Makes 2 fist attacks. Nat 20
Oh, man.
followed by a nat
the
1.
first one hits.
Oh, I got a cat at my foot. Hi, kitty cat.
10. 10 damage for that first. Unless you want to roll it, but 10's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. 10 is good damage.
The monkey just runs up and starts like monkey fisting this dude right in the face.
Sounds wrong.
So,
I almost did monkey fisting him in the butt, but I stopped myself.
so for my movement, I'm going to move 1 square over, so I get into that healing thing. It's 1d6. I get. Was anybody hurt last?
Nope,
DeSale's not hurt. Okay.
because he has disadvantage.
We'll move Monkey Spirit there. And for me, you know what?
Chicken butt.
No, I'm not going to do that because that's an AoE attack. So no. So let's do that. And 7 does not hit.
Correctamundo. It is now his turn. First thing he will do is scream out, "Father!" First thing he's going to do is swing at the dick that punched him in the face. He's going to try to hit the monkey. No, I don't need you. I need this one. Okay. Brings out the monkey.
AC 12.
And he hits for 6 slashing with a 13. And then he's going to turn around and attempt to hit. He's going to attempt to bite Fireforge.
Did how much damage?
6. 17 to hit Fireforge.
Yeah, mine was a 16.
You rolled a 17 and a 24. You take 5 piercing
Okay.
and 6 necrotic as you feel your life start to drain from you.
Okay.
If you look at the vampire itself, the spawn, he seems to be a little better off from after the bite.
I never added to the token my full hit points, so I added it now and subtracted then the amount.
That's fine. That was his turn. It is your turn.
Oh, hold on 1 second. All right. I mean, I'm gonna try to hit him again. I got that hunter's mark on, so I'm hoping for something good here. I lift up my great sword and say, I think you got some daddy issues. It's time to send you to the next plane.
14 just misses.
Ah, man. Okay. I should have cast something else, like bless.
Yeah, Memnon. Unless you can do anything else, I don't think you are.
Nah, I can't use my bonus action. I don't need to use my movement. If I use my bonus action, I lose the spell most likely, and I just attack. So I'm good.
Memnon.
Alrighty. Bonus to hide. Wall. And the short bow.
The short bow hits. You know what? Let's see if he. He has disadvantage on perception, so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anyways. I got the 21 for the first.
Yeah.
The only thing the stealth would give me is advantage.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that sneak attack damage though.
Yeah. So he takes 14, or does he? Mwah. I don't know. I'm dumb. All right. Anything else?
That's it. I'm just glad I finally hit.
All right. Silverpike's gonna swing at him again. And that misses. Lex.
Alright. Last usage of Fighting Spirit. Gonna put this brat down.
Nope.
Ah, God. I just cannot hit with that Great Weapon Master. That -5, man, it just kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver Eyes.
Silver Eyes, the monkey hits. Oh, for my bonus action, we're gonna move the spirit. Tail.
I figured
Oh,
we'd go
on
till,
Enos, sorry. Looks like
I
Enos
figured
was
we'd
hit.
go till if we got another half hour in you, Kev.
Yeah, I've got enough time now.
Yeah, we'll end at midnight. Our
Okay.
time.
Okay, and then monkey will hit with 2 fists.
They both
Oh,
hit.
nice.
So
I will let you roll damage.
Damn
and
monkey.
it's 1d6.
He's got to click on fist and then it'll do the damage. So 4 and 8, so 12. All right. Anything else?
Okay, and then my turn. So bonus action was getting the spirit onto Enos, who was hit. And then my turn is. You will try set it on fire one last time. Woo! 3 fire damage.
There you go.
Okay, that's it.
I want everyone to give me a perception check.
God, the vampires probably come.
Crit.
You would notice that as much as you're hitting this thing, it seems to like heal itself at a expedient rate compared to you. And like the damage you've put on this thing, it seems to just regrow like he's fucking Wolverine or something.
Does it have any damage?
I mean, it takes damage.
But does it currently have any? Or does it just heal what we're dealing?
Meta-wise, it heals itself at the start of its turn, and it heals.
Well, I'm not asking for that information. It's,
Oh, you know
is
what?
it wounded right now, currently?
Barely. Actually, I lied. Because he's in enough sunlight, so he doesn't get that anymore, which is super fucking good. Because if
Nice.
not, we would have been here all fucking day.
We battle this thing
It's
for
like
an hour and a half.
it's like playing the MMO and you're watching 2 tanks duel. It's like watching two. It's like watching 2 turtles fuck. It just takes
Oh, 2 healed and
forever. Yeah, it just takes forever. With that being said, he's going to take one more attack at the monkey with his claw. And that hits for 7 slashing to the monkey. And then he's gonna try to bite Fireforge again because it worked last time. 18 and a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Takes 7 piercing and 7 necrotic, which you see he does start. That does seem to help his healing.
Yeah, that hurt him.
I think the monkey's dead, right?
No, the monkey still has 6 hit points.
He just hit him again for 7.
I know. It has 6 hit
Oh.
points.
Fantastic. That's right, you healed him. All right. Fireforge, this motherfucker keeps biting you.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't for horror, you feel a need to get vengeance on this bastard.
Let me see here.
Oh, you heal 6 hit or 1d6.
I do.
You start your turn in the square with the spirit monkey. You
Got
get 4
ya.
hit points back.
That helps. And hold on one second.
Parapet ones.
Oh man, I gotta use an action to use my lay on hands. Fuck it. He's going I think he would go ham with the sword again. or attempt
We'll hit
to.
him eventually.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what he'd do.
I mean, that's what I.
Oh,
Wow.
fuck.
That is just
Man.
wah wah wah. I need to get that as a.
Yeah, they got it as a thing.
Well,
That just fucking sucks.
what's really great is that it specifically says in this spell that it can't heal undead or constructs. So even
Yeah.
if it would heal the little brat, it won't heal him.
Memnon, it is your turn, sir.
Alrighty. Same thing.
So I take 17. I mean, this guy's skin is like fucking leather. It's like, so it's not doing as much as you feel. Holy shit! I rolled an axe my big dice for this perception, and he rolled at disadvantage. He rolled a 19, just straight up. I rolled a 19 and a nat 20. But okay, so 17. You're getting there, guys. Anything else?
Nope.
I'm back. Sorry.
Hey, Silver Pike hits for 3. So she hits for 1. Wow.
All right. Let's try a non-spastic attack. And I bet you
Right.
now that I don't have fighting spirit. It's
Yeah.
going
Yeah, it's gonna work now.
to.
You rolled the same thing as Fireforge, but it wasn't a
Just
natural one.
completely pointless fucking flailing this entire time.
Yeah. Anything else?
I like to imagine that she's hitting him, but it's just doing fucking nothing. It's like
It's-
poking a corpse with a
It's
stick.
like he's unnaturally fast. He's like he's fucking Neo.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I can't really do anything else.
All right. Silver Eyes.
Monkey goes.
17 hits. The
That monkey
first
has
one hits.
out-damaged me.
Yeah. For 6 bludgeoning. Or 5 bludgeoning. I don't know why it looked like 6 for a second.
I'll go for 6 bludgeoning.
It don't matter. It's gonna be 3 anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll give you 3. Because if not, we will be here all fucking night.
Yeah.
All night long. Oh no.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Until we're dancing on the ceiling.
He was already on the ceiling. He's no longer dancing.
It's true.
He probably
You know
should have
what?
just took
Just
off
for
to the woods,
shits
but
and giggles, let's try it.
miss.
I'll be honest, I didn't get the reference.
It's a Lionel Richie reference.
Yeah. Yeah, you swing out the thorn whip and it misses. I thought you were going to try to thorn whip him off the ceiling. That would have been baller. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, start of his turn. He is not going to heal. But he's going to swing at that fucking monkey again because that's the biggest threat to him. And he rolled a 20 and a 19 for 8 slashing.
Both hit.
Oh.
Well, no, the only hit that he rolls at disadvantage, so it's a 19 for
Oh,
8.
and it disappears.
Then it's because it's working for him. He's going to bite Fireforge, the same spot.
Goodbye, Fireforge.
16,
16 AC I got.
5 piercing, and 4 necrotic.
Ooh, I'm still up.
He heals himself up again.
And it's Enos's turn. He heals a
Yep.
d6. Oh, I'm
Although
sorry.
I don't think he's healing the necrotic damage, is he?
No.
What?
Hmm?
I don't believe Fireforge is
Oh,
healing
you
the
know
necrotic
what? Yeah,
damage.
no. Your maximum has been reduced for all the necrotic tape. That's on me. That's 4, 7, and 6. So 17, your max hit points have been reduced by 17.
Ouch.
Is he still alive?
So I was down to 1 hit point at one point. So does that mean I'm unconscious?
Yeah, we'll say you're unconscious.
Okay.
Is that before
No,
or
but-
after he heals?
But you've been getting healed this entire time, so
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have regained consciousness when she just
You're
healed
up
me.
at 1 hit point now. So you
Okay,
can
so
stand up.
I stand up and I'm like, shake my head, and with fire in his eyes. Oh, I was unconscious though, so I lose that hunter's mark.
You know what?
Ah.
Yeah, you do. So yeah, the hunter's mark.
Oh man, hold on one second. I'm gonna cast this just so I can see it. I'm gonna hit it just so I can see. That's as a bonus action.
And it's concentration up to 10 minutes.
Shield of Faith. I don't have to hold it. It's a shimmering shield that surrounds me. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a for 10 minutes. It's kind of like the mage shield, but
if you have it in this situation, a better spell would be protection from good and evil.
I don't have it anymore because I got rid of it for that first thing. That was almost worthless. Just like every attack. So yeah, I'm gonna cast that, and then I'm going to attack with my great sword.
So your AC's up by 2.
I'm not sure how many hit points I actually have anymore.
We'll say your maximum's reduced by 17, and you currently have
From
1.
31, yeah.
Yeah.
So I pretty much got 1, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have some technical issues.
That's fine.
Here comes the attack.
16 hits.
16 hits.
Yeah.
And I am it would be 13. I'm sure I don't do all that.
Mhm.
And I am going to use my my last spell slot to do my smite. Should be 2d8 I'll throw on top of that.
Uh-huh.
Probably the only time I'll hit tonight.
And it's radiant damage, isn't it?
It is radiant damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. Let me see something.
I think they have vulnerability radiant.
It doesn't show it, but I feel like they should.
5e changed a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, they don't.
Let me see something.
But I'm the same. I feel like they should as well. Oh, you get an extra D8 if it's undead.
Yeah.
So roll another one.
Do you want to take that 7 that I rolled? It's in the divine smite thing
That works.
automatically.
Yeah, that's what, 24? No, 23.
And you know what? For shits and giggles, and because it makes me happy, I want to double it. Because I'm the goddamn DM. Because it's radiant, it's a vampire. It may not always work, but for this, we'll say it'll work because he's technically in the sunlight, not the full bore of it. But he got the full bore of your fucking smite. So
He's already weakened by the sunlight.
This is how this goes down, Fireforge. This fucking undead scumbag has been fucking with your shit this entire time, and he's been too fast for you to hit, and he took you down, but you got up and you're ready for actual fucking vengeance, and you swing your sword in this thing, and you catch him like underneath the rib cage because he's taller than you, and he kind of looks down at you and gives you a shit-eating grin, and then you pump your divine smite through the sword, channeling Hor's wrath, and this motherfucker explodes.
Nice.
Guts, nuts, balls, and ass everywhere. All over you, all over Silverpike, a little bit on Lex. Not a lot. Like she gets this, and like when right before the smite goes through, he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Father," and just douche this giant explosion of radiant light, and this fucker's. You know what? He's not
Awesome.
even dead. He's just fucking. He's gone.
And Enos will just do his horror chant.
And that is combat.
Okay, so
For-
Carrie's gonna rush up.
He'll do this. One of these.
He looks like he's like somebody that like a juicer that's just pumped full of steroids. He's so full of adrenaline. His eyes are open wide. He looks like a mad person, and he's trying to calm himself down by pacing back and forth.
I think that brings him up to max.
You're still down 17
Yeah.
hit points. And last time you felt this effect, because I'm pretty sure it was you that got fucked by that specter.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
think so.
get a good night's sleep before you get all your shit back.
Yeah, he'll wait till the adrenaline wears off. He'll say, "Thank you, Carrie," or "Thank you, Carrie." Wrong voice. And then he'll go to one knee and say a prayer to his God.
And that was why I stayed out here.
And this thing would still be alive.
So
Yeah.
over its ashes, we say a prayer for its soul.
Yes. Now it can be free to depart to the thereafter.
And I'm gonna go ahead and call it there since you got 12, 13 minutes left and people gotta do things.
That's cool.
But you guys, you got from the tavern to the house, you got the old Burgermeister buried. And actually, right when he blows up, this is what we're going to do just to RP it, because I completely forgot about Isilmark and Koyanovich. We're going to say like they were holding him back, and right when you hit him, he ran outside to like see his son, and like he's like when he went father, he kind of tilted his head like a dog and looked over your over you since you're the dwarf and see his actual father, and then he just blows up. And then when he does, Donovich just falls to the ground, weeping and crying.
Cool.
You can't guilt trip me.
Where the fuck were those other two? I
They were
didn't even
holding
bother.
him back. Yeah, they were holding.
They were holding the father back because he was
Yeah.
wanting to run out and stop us or something. I got it.
Yeah,
That makes a little bit more sense.
and at the last second, he broke through just in time to see you just basically plowed his kid, which sounds like some sort of weird sex act, but it is not if you're undead.
You're
That's
done.
we'll end it for the night.
Cool.
Thanks, bro.
Yep, got the Burgermeister buried, blew up dude's kid in front of him, and then yeah, and like it's
Are
like
we
kind of
level 4
eerily.
now, kid?
Yeah, no, not yet. You hear over your shoulder, like just over your shoulder, like there's like a quiet, eerie silence as this kid's there, and you just hear that woman crying in the distance.
Do you want to play with me?
Carrie looks at her dolls and goes, "Shut up!" And like she's like holding the doll with her hand over the mouth.
Kier, give me a performance. I'm gonna give you advantage on that since he's pretty fucked up, and he starts to cry even harder.
I suppose you want to go help her now too, huh?
Carrie looks
Actually, she's
extremely
attuned to
guilty.
it by now. Couldn't she have replaced it, like it's saying?
She could have if she wanted to, but she hasn't. And that dagger thing, then on you trying to attune to the rat skull one, nothing happens. It's just a dagger.
Yeah, I figured, but he's been fascinated with it, so that's what he would have done.
I gotta figure out new phrases for this doll.
You have 6 phrases, and I believe they can't be more than 6 words. Let me find it.
Put advice on there. Diversify your investments.
Diversify your bonds, bitch.
So it recorded the son going, "Father, I'm hungry."
Did you I'm not doing that scream anymore. That hurt at the end.
No, it didn't actually do that, no. I kind of really do still like the "Will you play with me?"
Absolutely keep it if you wanted to.
All right, I'm gonna go catch a nap. Thanks,
Toodles.
Ron.
All right.
Good night.
See you Wednesday for some.
Yeah, some craziness. Let me see if I can find the fucking magic items in this book. Here we go.
Bye bye, folks.
Bye bye.
Toodles.
Bye bye.
I think I'll head off too.
It's in
All
Morning
right, man.
Dining,
Have a
right,
good night.
friend?
I'm sorry. What is?
That crazy doll.
It's in. No, it is
This is in
in
Xanathar's, man. That's what I'm on.
Xanthar's. Yeah, the one before that.
I'm trying to find it.
I'll look it up. I got the book on mine.
Oh. Here it is.
Ah. Copy and paste, please.
Fuck it. I have to copy. I was looking in the physical book. I'll find it. I'll put it in Discord. Give me a minute. I'll just go to D&D Beyond. They'll have it.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Have you been I don't know. Do you watch Crit Roll?
I am so
Robin?
far behind. I'm in March. I'm like on
Yeah.
the 10th episode or something. I just got really far behind. I got to catch up. And the
You
first
watch it,
season, I watched
Robin?
about that much as well.
Because they came into an NPC whose name was Kiri, but it's spelled Kari.
I found the talking doll, right?
Yeah.
I found it.
There you go. So yeah, those are the. Get off me, fly. Shoe fly don't bother me.
Because I belong to somebody.
The cat's looking at this fly now. He's gonna hunt it. Anywho, y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Take
Have
it
a
easy.
nice 4th of
See-
July, peoples.
Yep, yep.
You too.